charge batteries for your car or truck, plus free battery testing and expert installation, too. Life's waiting, and you have places to be. Power on with Batteries Plus. Over 700 locations nationwide.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
These days, everything in Orlando costs more. But a single line at Verizon doesn't. Get one line for as low as $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while coffee is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. And dinner for two has gotten pricey. Verizon, less pricey. Kissimmee rent, that's not coming down. But Verizon, down. One line for just $50 a month. That designer Golden Doodle, so much more. But Verizon, a fair bit less. Even a good old tried and true hamburger will cost you more. But with Verizon, the same tried and true service is now just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Point is, in a world that is always costing more, you can get more for less right now at an Orlando Verizon store. $15 promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Give your home a gift for the holidays by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Plus, they offer peace of mind. With Acclaim Impact windows and doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Here's what Joni had to say. Great workers and beautiful job. Love it. All the employees are wonderful. Thank you all. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The Great American Race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Sponsored by the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home at thenickley.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a banger for you this afternoon, guys. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Deb will do that at 3:20 with JCS News. 3:45, it's the Froggers football follow-up. Today, we will give somebody a $25 gift card to Froggers Grill and Bar, whoever chooses between the three of us who won this weekend's NFL picks. 4 o'clock, it's What'd You Do That's New. We'll go over Deb's pick of the genius of Leonardo da Vinci. 5 o'clock hour, it's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown. We do have trivia as well. TSO tickets and Brian Regan tickets up for grabs. We'll end it up with, you heard it here first. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out right there on YouTube. Watch us do the show. Give us a like and subscribe as you do that. Tell all your friends and family to do that for me for Christmas. That would be wonderful. That'd be a nice little gift. I'll take it 100%. And if you'd like to leave a talk back, that's easy as well. Get that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it, and you'll use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. That's on anything we're doing today or nothing we're doing today. You're welcome to just send a comment over for whatever reason. You don't like what I'm wearing? That's fine. You don't like how I'm talking today? That's fine. I don't care.
What? I like the Palaca sweatshirt.
You don't like the P-Town hoodie?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man.
Repping P-Town.
Plus, that's got to feel good. If you send something totally off topic and then, it becomes a conversation.
Yeah.
That's winning.
That's how I fell in love with this brand, with Real Radio. I used to call Phillips's show all the time and talk about, just bring up stupid stuff like why Diet Coke floats and regular Coke doesn't. And that would create an entire hour.
We still don't know.
Yeah. We'll create create an entire hour of talk, and that was the most proud I could be of anything I did that week in my life, including with my children, for the record.
Oh, nice. By the way.
What?
It's going to be a rough ride with my voice today.
Oh, why is that?
I can already tell.
You threw down last night?
Tried to talk last night.
Oh, yeah, it was tough.
It was very difficult.
Yeah, I had to talk over all of the bosses as they were trying to address us. That was difficult. With my old boss, who is a old fun wino, which I absolutely love. It was great seeing her
last night, yeah.
I got to tell you, man, seeing her while we worked for her was great. Seeing her when I don't have to fear her is even better. She told me she wanted to talk to me about a couple things. She goes, sit down. I said, this is not the white couch. I don't have to listen to you anymore. So go away. You can ask me to sit down, and maybe I will. She's the greatest, and I love seeing her every time. It was great. I mean, our company parties are quaint these days, of course.
I know.
For obvious reasons, but...
I felt so bad for the young promotions kids.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all dressed up, right? I mean, dressed to the nines. Yeah. They're looking awesome. Lipstick, hair, makeup, nails done.
Fancy dress.
And then, the DJ's up there, and it's just the 3 or 4 of them up there trying to bust a move, get something started. It's like, y'all, we're looking to leave and get home and to bed, so you have a good time.
Taco's over there in shorts and a Salt Life sweater.
And a pocket full of?
And a pocket full of dude wipes. Yeah.
I love that guy.
Nobody throws down. His wife's just the cutest thing you ever saw in your life, dressed up nice. There's Bob.
Yeah.
Looked like he's leaving to go fishing right after the event. Missed a couple people, and Johnny wasn't there for the first time in quite a while, which I love seeing Johnny. It's like one of the 3 or 4 times I see Johnny Magic from XL 106.7.
Yeah, Johnny's house.
Very, very sweet dude. Love him. The rest of the crew was there. I got to see Ray and Brian and, all the great people there that work in this building. They're wonderful people. It was great. Right up until one thing happened.
What was that, Jimmy?
I don't know. It hit me kind of weird. It was funny.
Was it funny?
Well, I didn't know how to feel about it. I didn't know if you were trolling me. I didn't know what was going on. Can I tell you something, Jack? I absolutely adore you. You know that.
Oh, thank you.
But the funny thing is the minute you did it, I was like, wait. Hold on. I do that. I'm the one who does really dumb stuff at the Christmas party. I'm the one, that's my gig. I go to the Christmas party.
Until you met me.
And I give a compliment to somebody that doesn't, it's one of these compliments. Hey, that dress doesn't make you look fat this time. I do stuff like that. I try to be nice and still wind up being a dick. It happens. So last night, and I should have made this a promo, Jack. I was talking to Deb before the show. I don't know why I didn't. So Jack is a very well-respected person here in the building.
By the way,
works
I
very
laugh
hard.
when I'm nervous. So
600,000 jobs. Jack literally is the Jamaican of our
no doubt.
of our company. I
No
swear
doubt.
on my life, other than Rick Everett, I don't know anybody that's got a room with more hats in
it
it.
would be Rick, Jack, and Ken.
It is really unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right? So Jack's still got this responsibility, right? So Jack gets up there and
Well, he has a speech he had to make last
right,
night.
yeah, all the program directors get up and they basically, do the health of the station.
Right.
The things that we have accomplished this year, blah, 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 right? And it's Jack's responsibility to do that. Is it for TKS and for 96.9, Jack? Or no?
For me, all I had to do was speak about Real Radio.
So this is the only responsibility you had?
Last night
okay.
to talk about, yes.
I mean, I was
I mentioned I was supposed to give highlights of the year, like about 5 highlights throughout the year.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it, I think, to you guys earlier in the day, and I think
Yeah, we were talking about it as soon as we left the show last night.
Well, it's like I kept thinking, it's like, oh yeah, I have to kind of put something together. I have to do that. I have to do that.
Yeah.
And then we're doing the show. We were having a good. The show was fun yesterday.
Oh,
and
we
it
had a
was
great show.
Flowing and
yeah.
And then next thing I know, Kramer's in. Kramer.
Wow.
I did it again. Ray Trenley.
Jesus Christ, dude, what is wrong with you? Did you forward your brain to this year?
Trenley was in, and then it's like, all right, and then the last break of the show, I go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh crap, I got to give a speech. I haven't written anything.
Jack, I got nervous when the control room door flew open at 7:02 last night. And you're like, "Hey Ray, what's a highlight we've had this year?"
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
yes,
the party
Ray
just
Trenley
started.
to give me. I wanted his perspective. I thought maybe it was
And I was like,
no one got sued.
Holy hell, this man has a speech in about 20 minutes, and he's still writing it.
So the PDs get up and they do the whole thing, and there's the XL guys and a number of people who deal with a number of stations, and they get up and usually what you do is you get up there and you say your name and you introduce, because we have new people coming in the building and stuff. I mean, not many, but most people know who we are around the building, and we know who most people are around the building.
That's because there's only a handful of people in the building.
Right. You bump into most of them on the way to the bathroom.
Exactly.
So Jack gets up and introduces himself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jack Bradshaw.
So here's the deal. I didn't plan on that. It's like I had 5 items written down. It's like, okay, these are the 5 items I want to hit. I didn't think about introducing myself. I didn't, like he handed, I knew, okay, my boss is speaking. He'll introduce me. I go up and then I just start talking.
Yeah. And by the way, let me say this about our company so everybody understands this. When we use the word boss, that's just a hierarchy issue so that we can explain to you guys where we are in the decision-making process. But we have known each other in this building, whether it be boss, not boss, for years. I knew the boss that Jack is talking about is Rick.
Right.
I knew Rick when Rick was a promotions guy. Rick would set up tables for me.
Right.
When he first came in this building as we were doing promotions and stuff.
And now he's your boss.
And now he worked his way up and he's the boss. So we've known each other granularly for years, for decades, right? So there is a boss aspect to it, but really in all reality, in the building, we talk to each other like friends trying to solve problems, create revenue for the company. That's what we're here to do. So Jack gets up and introduces himself as, he goes, "Hi, I'm Jack Bradshaw from the Phillips File." On our 6-year anniversary, at our Christmas party, in front of our brand new boss and the entire company.
Well, I mean, no one from Roomba was there.
I have to ask you, did you know that you did it when you did it?
Nope.
You had no idea.
I didn't till you texted me.
Did you freak out when I texted you last night? I was busting your balls, and when
I didn't know that.
when you
for the next 45 minutes, I just
and when you didn't respond, I was like, "Oh, he's taking it seriously.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm pissed off." And
I did,
and I was not. I mean,
I 100% did. Deb can attest to that.
I would.
And everyone else I ran up to, I'm like, "Did I really say that? Did I?" I went to Linda. I go, "Linda, did I say that?"
Yeah, I was standing right next to her.
She goes. She goes, "I don't remember that."
Yeah. Well, because you know why? Because she had a half bottle of wine, like standing next to me. I literally had to pull it out of her hand.
You know what she told me? Just tell them you were going to say that, or say you were on the Monsters.
Yeah. Look, I didn't carry it away. I just found it funny. And here's honestly the fun part. For me is I knew how much it would affect you, and I really, and I really, because here's the thing. He'd have done the same thing to me without question. I sat there at my house texting because I texted him at 9:48. I wasn't even home from the party, just a few minutes. I'm like, how am I going to handle this to get the maximum value? And I said, knowing how neurotic Jack is, he's going to lose his S when I start texting this. And I had it written out as one long text, and I said, no, I'm going to break it up and send it one at a time. I was like,
yeah, to really emphasize the anger, the anger coming through my screen. All right, let's see if I can ruin his night now.
Right, it's like, and it's only Tuesday.
I didn't want to do that. That's why the last thing I sent was laugh out loud. We'll have fun with this tomorrow.
Which I didn't see that until 45 minutes after.
Come on.
I looked. I went back to look at the times. I'm like, then I saw it was like 5. It's like my daughter texting me.
Right.
It's like 1 word each text message. And then it was like boom, 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 boom. And then the last one is LOL. I didn't see the last one until 45 minutes after I saw the first one. Because I didn't look. By that time, I was running around talking to people. I'm like, did I really say that? Celine, what did I say? Did I say that? And he goes, oh, yeah, you said that. I thought you were just joking. And most people thought, oh, I thought it was a joke. And it's like, okay.
Yeah,
I had zero recollection of it.
The funny thing is when afterwards, I started adding all the other factors up. I'm like, wow, on our 6-year anniversary that you brought up, by the way, I had no idea.
Yeah, I thought of that too.
In front of our new boss at our Christmas party in front of everybody.
Listen, if you're going to do
a show that has been on the air 6 years.
Listen, if you're going to do it at any time,
God almighty,
that's got to be the time to do it.
Well, still a good time last night. They always host a great party. Our new boss, Judy, got up and really said some inspiring words, which is great. And of course, it's always good to mix it up with the people that you absolutely adore. And we are very lucky in this building to work with so many fine people of great integrity and character. And it's very nice.
And because we don't normally get to see everyone.
We do not. That's for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text our show at 77031. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Well, we've got several Florida schools targeted in swatting incidents. A memorial is underway for 3 fallen deputies, and the timeline for coffee euphoria. A timeline actually exists from that first sip of coffee. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. All right, we'll take a little break, come back with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Russ, if Ryan gets a speedboat, the next day's headline is going to be this: Captain Corn Carney causes carnage at Causeway.
Ah, damn, he did it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound for those traveling by the major attractions exits today. Looking at an accident northbound on John Young Parkway that blocks the right lane near Colonial Drive and Princeton Street. Traffic is moving well, though, for those who need to travel east and westbound on the 408. If you see traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey, everybody, I have Jim Colbert here for my good friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It is this time of year, man. You know, the whole idea of just really celebrating your friends and your family and being around for these wonderful times of year where you can really take some time and spend that quality time, again, with your friends and your family. Life Imaging FLA wants you to be around for as many of those as possible, and you can do that with this free scan from Life Imaging FLA. That's right. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And when you talk about what we're doing here, it's being proactive instead of reactive. And instead of waiting for a symptom to see if something's wrong with you, Life Imaging allows you to look inside your body to find out if there's something ticking in there that could cause problems in years that you may not even know about. And they're incredibly effective at doing so. Matter of fact, we have so many testimonials of people who had their lives saved or altered because of the scan from Life Imaging FLA. So don't wait. Do what we did. Do what tons of Central Floridians have done. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Like I said, a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well, because remember, early detection does save lives. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it, pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. It is time to take control of your long-term health care. Do it with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
you've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious roasted or crispy chicken sandwich, just the way you want. For you, the heat honcho that tests your spice tolerance with seasoning and buffalo sauce. Or you, the forget the pit master, who prefers barbecue sauce, bacon, and no extra work. Or you, the supporter of Southwestern flavors like avocado, fajita veggies, and chipotle sauce. You've got great taste. And now, you've got Wawa's roasted and crispy chicken sandwiches. Chicken how you wanna. Wawa.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Paid for by government.com.
The 1878 to 1921 Morgan Silver Dollar, a true American classic and one of the most iconic silver dollar coins in history. It's been 100 years since the last Morgan Silver Dollar coin was struck for circulation. And now, for a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government-struck Morgan dollars are being released to the public. That's right. You can own a full pound of 1878 to 1921 classic American Morgan silver dollar coins, all in very good collector condition with fully visible dates and mint marks, guaranteed. Call 1-800-973-9819 now to secure collector-grade U.S. Morgan silver dollars by the pound, struck during the Wild West and the Gilded Age. Plus, receive a bonus American Collector's Pack valued at over $25, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9819 now to secure your full pound bag of Morgan silver dollar coins before they are gone. 1-800-973-9819. That's 1-800-973-9819.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
This holiday season, before you pull the trigger on a gaming PC, go to Lenovo.com first. Get the best prices on the Lenovo you want, like the Legion Pro 5 gaming laptop. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com. This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com.
Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Peppermint bar sugar cookie.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts. Gotta have of a Wawa.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Jimmy, it sounded like you knew that you missed the golden opportunity as it was coming out of your mouth, but you missed the perfect spot to say, we'll be right back after these messages. Join us on the Phillips File.
Jack, you want to tell him? Yeah. When I sent the promo over today?
Oh, yeah.
Every morning I send a promo over to Jack to play out throughout the day, just letting people know what we're talking about today. And I said, I sent Jack the promo and said, here's the promo for the file today, buddy. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. That is a talk back. If you'd like to leave one, it's free. All you have to do is grab that iHeartRadio app, download it. That's free as well and amazing. Go to Real Radio and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right there, and Deb has your news.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, has this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
It's a very convincing side.
It is.
It's in my contract, dude.
And JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Authorities are looking into a series of swatting incidents aimed at several Florida schools. The Clay County Sheriff's Office says several counties across the state have been targeted by fake emergency calls that then lead to a very large law enforcement response. Oakleaf High, as well as 3 Osceola County schools were briefly placed on lockdown earlier today. Investigators say a threat with similar language was traced as far as Connecticut. The FBI says swatting events pose severe danger to first responders and creates fear in communities. Federal agents are planning to hold those involved accountable.
Wasn't the guy that they busted, that Chitwood busted, also up north? Up in the Maine?
Like Maine or Maryland. And
it's wild, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't that guy a guy who was just making threats against Chitwood? That wasn't a swatting.
You're right. He wasn't a swatter, but it was kind of weird how they all are in that northeast area there. I say all of them, but these two both.
Well, it's cold.
Yeah,
you're
bored.
You
Well,
got to do stuff. You're in your mom's basement.
I believe the one of the fatal swatting incidents of a man in Kansas was a caller originating in California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right. The Orange County election supervisor did not directly address his decision to divert millions in public funds to scholarships without the county's approval. Nothing to see here. Instead, today, Glenn Gilzine explained that the deal was about much more than scholarships.
Contract that we will send kids from Jones and Evans High School to college debt-free. We can also say that with this contract, it adds 6 new early voting sites with the potential for more.
Well, Gilzine made the announcement on the same day. The Orange County Commission could decide today to punish him for misappropriating county money. He also added that since he is not running for re-election, he hopes the incoming SOE continues to fund those scholarships.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I bet you do. Here, let's take a second.
Yeah.
All right, Houston.
You put your name on it now.
Right, exactly.
Houston Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair is being suspended for 3 games by the NFL for that illegal hit that injured Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Al-Shaair dove into a sliding Lawrence in a hit that knocked the QB out of Sunday's game and led to a brawl on the field. Not something you always see unless you're watching, Michigan, Ohio State.
Right.
Lawrence was injured, remains in concussion protocol. Azeez, who apologized for the hit on Monday, will reportedly appeal the suspension.
Has a history of this, unfortunately. That's why you got 3 games with no money.
Ouch.
3 games, no money, because there's a master clip of him doing this like 3 other times. One of them, he choked Brock Purdy from the Niners. He goes in with his hand like that into his throat.
Oh my
the other one, they were
gosh.
playing the Dolphins. The guy was fully out of bounds. Almost, how the out of bounds stripe is really wide?
Yeah.
He was past that, and this guy came out of nowhere and hit him in the back and bent him sideways. This guy's got a history of this. He's a violent dude.
And the coach actually
came out and supported him today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Said it was what's his face's fault? Trevor Lawrence's fault.
Well, yeah,
because of the way he slid.
It kind of said, yeah, well, these quarterbacks sometimes they'll slide late, and you don't know if they're going to pop up and start running.
Bad
And,
look,
you know,
dude.
yeah,
Bad look.
That is a bad look.
Yeah,
And now you know why he gets away with it.
Right, yeah.
He's got a coach who's poo-pooing
Right,
it.
just say your guy made a really bad mistake, and we'll play out the suspension, and we'll learn from this.
Right.
That's what you say, buddy.
Loved ones of the 3 fallen Palm Beach County deputies have been sharing their stories at a large memorial service today. Ignacio Dan Diaz and other honorees served on President-elect Trump's motorcade detail. Alexandria Diaz says her father cherished that job.
I would also like to thank President Trump for being here today. He took great pride in being part of your motorcade whenever you were in Palm Beach. He loved it. He always talked about it, and he always looked forward to it.
Diaz, as well as Deputy Ralph Butch Waller and Corporate Luis Paez, were struck by an SUV that went off the road where they were doing detail last month. 2 of the motorcycle deputies died at the scene, while Diaz died 4 days later at the hospital. Trump's not the only dignitary who was at the memorial. Governor DeSantis and Attorney General Ashley Moody were also in attendance. Meanwhile, Miami-Dade is honoring President-elect Trump by adding his name to Palm Avenue in Hialeah. The commission voting 9-1, for the name recognition. Democrats could have blocked the proposal, but only one voted against it without saying why. President Donald J. Trump Avenue signs can now hang on county infrastructure, including under traffic lights along the city-maintained roadway.
That's funny. When I moved to Orlando, I'd never experienced anything like that. Where a road could have 5 names. But because there was no road in Putnam County that was long enough to do that, right? They already had state road names. And I remember coming here and going, who's W.T. Bill McGee? Because there was a section of Highway 50 that was W.T. Bill McGee, and it was actually printed just like that on the sign. I'm like, just call him Bill.
I remember when I worked at Walt Disney World, I had been invited to a party. Of course, I'm living down in Lake Buena Vista. I'd been invited to a party off Kirkman Road.
Okay.
Finally, in Lake Mary, I decided to pull off of the interstate and ask where the hell Kirkman Road was. That was when I learned that, that's 435.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You're going to be on Kirkman before you see Kirkman Road.
And with presidents, you should wait. They shouldn't get the street honor. They did it with Obama as well here in Central Florida while he was still president, and they named a street. It's like, let's
slow your rolls. Slow your rolls.
Let's wait on this.
Just tap them, fellas. Just tap them.
Well, I know also we have 3 local roads, speaking of that have been named for 3 fallen Seminole County deputies, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Florida Power and Light asking the Florida Public Service Commission this morning to recoup more than $1 billion after hurricanes Debbie, Helene, and Milton depleted the Storm Reserve Fund. The committee approved FPL's request despite this objection from Florida Rising.
FPL's customers don't cause these storms, but are required to pay the costs of cleaning up after. FPL should have some skin in the game, and we urge the Commission to consider not automatically passing all restoration costs through to FPL's customers.
Yeah, no, the Commission voted to approve FPL's storm recovery request pending a further review of the total restoration costs. Tampa Electric Company's request to raise base electric rates was also granted.
Yeah.
Take that, consumer.
Yeah.
All right, the cold weather.
That happens in all businesses. Exactly. Don't worry about it. Yeah. All businesses have that same cushion.
And the commission is appointed by the legislature, and the legislature receives a lot of money from the insurance companies.
And the power companies.
Yeah. Power companies. Yeah.
I believe
hey,
the power
look, the roof's bad.
Isn't that FPL reportedly has that bar up in Tallahassee that's not a bar? Where everyone, rubs shoulders and
quite cozy, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Drinks very, very expensive alcohol while they talk about how to screw us over.
We pay for that too, by the way.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely, we do. Front and back. The cold weather is expected to continue across much of the Sunshine State. The National Weather Service has issued freeze warnings and frost advisories from tonight through tomorrow morning from North Florida to the central part of the state. Forecasters say that means plants, pets, pipes, and people should be protected from the cold. Also, dress warmly if venturing outside and keep at least 3 feet of space around space heaters.
Yeah, on the way down last night, saw a pretty good contingency of homeless people under one of those overpasses. Probably about 50 or 60 of them stood up there. And I was like, man, going to be a cold night, and then even worse tonight.
I know, even worse tonight. And because of that, Preparation, Flagler County has expanded operations at its cold weather shelter through tomorrow night. The Rock Transformation Center off North State Street in Bunnell will remain open from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. today and Wednesday. And of course, that's because the National Weather Service is expecting temps in our region to drop below 40 degrees overnight.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, like 37 degrees in Leesburg. Speaking of Lake County, police in Lake County are asking for help once again solving what's now a 4-year-old murder mystery. Saturday marked 4 years since Ken and Trina Wynn were shot to death in Mount Dora at their convenience store on North Grandview Street.
I cannot believe it's been that long.
When you see the still photo, you're like, there's no way they're going to catch this person. There's no way possible. Complete hoodie, no fingerprints.
Yeah, but somebody's talking.
There's no question somebody's talking, and that's the only way they're going to solve it, unfortunately, because this could have been, this could have been somebody coming through. There's no, you have a size and shape, and that's it.
It really is. But Mount Dora police said yesterday the suspect, as you said, remains at large. So a $10,000 reward is available to anyone with information. And keep that in mind, like Crime Line, you can give that tip and be absolutely anonymous.
That's right.
No one will have any knowledge whatsoever that you gave that tip.
I would so turn that person in.
I'd turn him in.
Without a heartbeat.
I'd stare at him and turn him in. I wouldn't have any problem with it whatsoever. I'd turn his ass in. I'd turn him in by name. I'd walk him in. I don't care. He'd know who I am. I don't care.
Well, police say they're committed to finding the person responsible and bringing them to justice. And even the smallest tip could make a difference. And Police Chief Gibson mentioned, that this was a beloved couple. They had owned that convenience store for years. They were known to, help out people who'd come in, maybe be a little bit short on cash, let them come back later and pay.
And that's what leads me to believe that this was calculated, because I believe that, if you're passing through and you're like, well, we want a quick mark, you don't go into like a racetrack or one of these big places that are well lit with a bunch of people. You go to an offside little store where you think you can pop in there, grab a couple $100 and get out,
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think they believe maybe it might be local.
Yeah.
Somebody who's in that community.
Right, and kind of understands it's only going to be them there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. A notorious St. Petersburg murder suspect is in custody after a 3.5-year search. Benjamin Bambi Williams, should have been arrested just for the nickname, was wanted for the July 2021 shooting death of his estranged girlfriend, Joanna Peka. Chief Anthony Holloway says a Good Samaritan in Mexico saw a post on social media and recognized Williams.
Yeah. I always say I don't like social media to a point, but this time, you know what? Now I'm in love with social media because the way it was posted, because he would have still been on the run, but that Good Samaritan saw him, and you know what? He's not on the run anymore. He's behind bars.
Yeah, she was shot multiple times in the face while sitting in a van holding their baby. That's how he lured her to the cemetery, by saying he wanted to see their child. Her 4-year-old was in the back seat. Thankfully not injured.
Wow, man.
The case and the hunt for Williams was featured on the show In Pursuit with John Walsh. You remember he's also the host of America's Most Wanted, in November of 2022. And police say someone saw a TikTok video about the case last week and reported that, hey, I know that guy. He's living in Mexico. He was arrested and transported to the Pinellas County Jail over the weekend.
Wow, man. Wow.
I know. SpaceX is hoping to follow through with a doubleheader launch this week along the Brevard County coast. The company is planning to send another batch of Starlink internet satellites into low Earth orbit from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station overnight. Liftoff is scheduled for tomorrow at 3:29 a.m. Eastern. The next day, SpaceX is expected to launch a satellite for radio service provider who cares, from NASA's Kennedy Space Center.
Radio.
Yeah, exactly. You know that one you have to pay for that doesn't make any sense?
Oh, yeah.
The mission is set to begin at 11:10 a.m. on Thursday. All right, the Sunshine State is home to nearly a dozen of the most fun cities in America.
Really?
Yep, it's according to a new list on Wallet Hub,
okay,
which ranked more than 180 cities on dozens of factors.
All
so
right.
Entertainment and recreation,
All right, so
nightlife and parties.
Deltona, Davenport, and who else?
And cost were some of the factors considered. Where do you think, we'll see, we have a total of 11 Florida cities made the list.
Really? How many on the list?
11 Florida cities out of 180.
Damn, that's pretty darn good.
That's awesome.
Here's the thing. I'll go right off the bat. It's got to be Orlando, Miami, Tampa, the three biggies. That's got to be in the top 10, right?
Yep, you got it. Orlando, Jack?
Yeah, Miami and Tampa's there too, no?
Oh, yeah, but there's 11 of them.
Okay.
So where do they fall? Where is Orlando?
Orlando was ranked second because of our theme parks, hotel room costs, sports, and other factors.
All right.
If Orlando's number 2, Vegas is probably number 1.
Give yourself a dong.
Yeah,
It's got to be Vegas, right?
Those two always go like that.
Yeah, so
Stir New York and California.
a total of, like I said, 11 Florida cities made the list, including Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee.
Tallahassee sucks. Have you ever been to Tallahassee? It sucks.
I have.
It sucks.
I think
Tallahassee sucks.
B-52s at FSU one.
It's
back
terrible.
in 1989.
I'd rather go to Gainesville than Tallahassee, and it has nothing to do with college. It sucks.
It is beautiful, though, with all those rolling hills and big trees.
It's
but
gorgeous, yeah.
It's po-dunky, though.
If you like walking and looking, it's great.
Well, like I said, Las Vegas came in first. Great job, Jack. What you're never going to get this city that's ranked last. I'll just tell you, it's Pearl City, Hawaii.
Pearl City, Hawaii.
Pearl City, Hawaii is ranked last. So I guess it just means you just have to chill out on the beach.
Right, exactly.
I'm fine with not having a nightlife.
It's weird hearing Tampa and St. Pete and Clearwater all separated as separate cities. 'Cause I think
know.
most people in the state believe, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater are all kind of one little thing there. I think we know it's 3 different cities, but it's one area to Floridians.
Yeah, you know who else knows it's 3 separate cities? Major League Baseball.
Oh, yeah,
because
for
they're
sure.
currently in that stalemate of a fight with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, over that Rays Stadium deal.
It's kind of interesting when a Major League Baseball team does not know where they're playing next year.
Exactly.
Or they do, but I mean.
Yeah, but that they're playing at a minor league ballpark next year, and then after that, there's no plan.
There's no plan because
kind of wild.
They should take it on a tour.
Yeah, Pinellas County is mad at Hillsborough County, and everybody's mad at MLB, and it's a mess over there.
Quite a tryst.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
Tamlando, let's go.
Yeah, the MLB, I guess they requested, county commissioners requested a letter from the commissioner of Major League Baseball saying that they were committed to keeping the Rays in Tampa despite what the fight that they're going on.
And it's not the Tampa Bay Rays anymore. It's just the Rays, right? So theoretically, they don't have to be in Tampa, correct?
Yeah. Well, they don't, but this is the perfect opportunity for the Hard Rock. They have the money.
Yeah.
That's where I want this stadium.
That'd be great, yeah.
On this side of it.
I don't have any problem with that either. I mean, they could put it right across the street where the amphitheater is. That entire place is gigantic.
So they've got the land, the
They do.
parking, and Hard Rock's got the money. Come on, Hard Rock. You got the damn exclusivity on this gambling app.
And by the way, I truly don't understand why they're not playing at least some of these games at Disney. Have you been out to the Disney baseball complex out there? It's absolutely gorgeous.
I have, and I think the problem is 7,000 person capacity instead of.
And they're drawing 7,000 a game?
They are.
I'm just making sure.
And plus,
on some games.
I would imagine they want to do everything they can to not make it look like it's doable over here in Central
you bet
Florida.
your ass right.
Yeah, they're like, no, we're good. We're good.
They'll do a tour of high schools first.
Right, exactly. All right, as we mark Giving Tuesday today, the World Giving Index ranks the U.S. as the 6th most charitable nation in the world. The index found Americans gave almost $560 billion to charity last year, with 67% of those funds directly from individuals.
Really? That's great.
Americans also gave their time, with more than 60 million people volunteering more than 4 billion hours in 2023.
Damn, that is really awesome. I'm very interested to hear who tops that list.
Okay, the most charitable state in the union using these metrics is...
The most charitable state?
Yep.
Massachusetts.
Oof, that's a great guess.
But not correct.
You don't know that it's not correct?
Nah, she would have chimed in.
Mm.
Why torture you if the answer is already...
God almighty, would have to be...
Why not?
Oh, God, I hope it's Massachusetts.
I'm going to go California.
How about Wyoming?
Oh, really?
Wyoming, followed by Utah.
Ranchers? Yeah.
Minnesota, Maine, and Delaware.
Utah makes sense.
Yeah, definitely, as
Wow.
well as Minnesota.
Wow.
And 420 Maine, we see you.
Yeah.
And then finally, that first sip of coffee or tea is like magic, right?
Yeah, it is.
That first sip.
First thing I do in the morning.
Yep, exactly. Well, it turns out there's actually a timeline for each phase.
What is it?
Of that euphoria. Thomas Sanders is a professor of nutrition and dietetics at King's College London. He explained the flow to Telegraph. Your first sip is pure relief.
Oh, God, it is.
And the journey's going to percolate a while. All right. Within 5 minutes, you're tasting the placebo effect. You're not actually more awake yet, but you're delighted.
Mm-hmm.
After about 20 minutes, you get the energy boost. Your heart beats faster, and caffeine releases adrenaline, which gives you a brain boost and also a chance to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
The next 2 phases, oh my gosh, I hadn't even pre-read the story, but the next 2 phases take you to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, baby.
4 hours later, you crash, then you crave again, but at this point, you might choose jumping jacks instead of another cup of Joe.
Yeah. That's
what's cool about
that's
this?
right on brand.
It is.
It doesn't fade. This is true for the rest of your life if you are addicted, right? You can do this, and it's legal.
Right.
And relatively harmless
Coffee's
compared to...
great for you. Are you kidding? Coffee is great for you.
Well, some of us add some things like French vanilla.
Yeah, I know. That's I said coffee itself
Half
is
and
good.
half
It's
in
good for
sugar.
you. Half and half, a little bit of sugar. That's not the best for you. That's of course what I put in mine.
That's
By the way, Europeans make so much fun of Americans and how they drink their coffee. Have you ever heard Europeans talk about Americans and how they drink their coffee? They literally call us babies because of what we put in our coffee. And Europeans don't drink. They pour it into their eyeballs. They don't care. They're like, they literally laugh out loud at how we drink coffee.
Yeah, guess what? I had it. My first sip this morning was just not enough creamer, and I had that little taste. I was like, yeah, I made that little baby scrunched up face. Yeah, I can't.
It's the same thing. I did the
More
same
vanilla.
thing.
More vanilla.
Yeah. I use that dark roast Italian from I make it in my French press some mornings, right?
Yeah.
And I made it this morning, and when I was pouring it out of the French press, I was pouring the coffee, and I was like, "Oh, this is toilet ready right here, buddy." It took it a minute. It was like pouring syrup.
Oh,
God!
yum,
Just
yum,
the
yum, yum.
smell of it. Just
Have you ever taken your coffee in the bathroom with you?
Of course I have.
All right.
No.
Better. It
Guys are
tastes way
animals.
better. Yeah, way better. Yeah, there's aromas mixing in there. It's really interesting.
No. I'm not a fan of that.
One nostril is coffee, the other one is not. And that is a very unique blend when it gets together in there.
I'm too busy playing Joule 2 on my phone.
Joule 2.
Joule 2.
God, geez.
I've been seeing the ads for that one, but I haven't downloaded it yet.
Oh, it's great.
Did you beat Joule 1? Is that why you moved on? All right, very good.
All right, gentlemen, that concludes your JCS news.
All right. Oh. God, I hate it so much because I think we're done. And then he whale farts into the mic. All right, we'll do the Froggers football follow-up. We need 3 callers, 407-916-1041. We do have a $25 gift card to Froggers Grill and Bar. We'll do that next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
The Froggers football follow-up is next. Call now for your chance to win. 407-916-1041.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And for this afternoon, we're going to top out about 63 degrees with bright sunshine, but cool. In fact, temperatures running about 13 degrees colder than what's considered normal. 76 is our normal high, and we're actually going to bounce back and get up there pretty quickly by this weekend. But we've got a couple more cold nights to go. Overnight, dipping down to about 40 in Orlando, mid-30s outside of town with some patchy frost. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. If you talk to anybody who's experienced LASIK surgery, they will tell you it's the best decision they ever made. They'll only say the problem would be that they did not do it sooner in their life. That's exactly what my father-in-law says. He got his surgery in his late 50s, and he should have done this way before. He literally walked around like a kid with a new toy for the 2 or 3 or 4 days afterwards. He just could not believe the change in his life had happened that quickly, and it can happen for you as well, because what are you waiting for? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. Now, what is that? Well, that's when you go into the office and they tell you exactly where your eyesight health is right now, and then they can tell you how they can rid you of those glasses or contacts, and they can do that in just a few minutes. The entire surgery only takes a few minutes. So text 1041 to 868686. That way you can start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. And if you're worried about experience, don't. These guys have all you need. 65,000 plus LASIK procedures under their belt. And they do have the latest state-of-the-art tech, which gets you the best results every single time. And if finances is a concern, knock that speed bump down too, because they have 24-month interest-free financing waiting for you right now. All you need to do is just make that appointment. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and enjoy your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
FEMA disaster assistance may be more than just the first check you receive. There's also assistance for temporary housing, home repairs, moving costs, rental assistance, and more, but you have to apply. If you are in a county approved for FEMA individual assistance, go to disasterassistance.gov. Call 1-800-621-3362 or find a disaster recovery center at fema.gov/DRC. Apply for FEMA assistance today.
The cooler winter weather has finally arrived in Central Florida, and while it feels good to give our AC systems a break, the truth is it costs more to heat your home than it is to keep it cool, and those old windows and doors could be letting all that valuable energy and money escape. Give your wallet a break and upgrade your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Steve agrees and says from sales, Jesse to Thomas the installer, and finally Jason the inspector, everything was flawless. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Bonus free True Scene Screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern-style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And they're drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than Frogger's Grill and Bar. We've got your sports fix covered with Saturday college football, NFL football on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays too. Catch all the action on our tons of high-definition TVs while enjoying drink specials available all week long. Don't miss out on Frogger's amazing menu, where everything is fresh, never frozen. Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Altamont Springs. Frogger's, hopping with food and fun.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for the Froggers Football Follow-Up on the Jim Colbert Show.
That's right. It is time for the Froggers Football Follow-Up. This is where we find out who, right here on the Jim Colbert Show, had the best week in the NFL picks. And whoever chooses that person correctly will win a $25 gift card to our friends over at Froggers Grill and Bar.
That is right. It is good at all 4 area Froggers Grill and Bar. There is one in Mount Dora, one in Oviedo. Altamont Springs is nearby, and then there is Apopka. All are fun, great. They got plenty of TVs, but really they got that great food, fresh, never frozen. We always enjoy it, and we're looking forward to this Thursday when we get fed again from Froggers.
Woo, woo, woo.
Find the one near you at Froggers.com.
And
Very
try
nice.
those pierogies.
Yeah, no
They're
joke.
so good, but
No
their
joke.
wings, it's hard not to.
Oh, their Bang Bang Shrimp is good, too.
Oh, the Bang Bang Shrimp, yeah, no.
All right, Jack, who goes first? Oh, well, Deb.
No. We're doing it differently
All right, I'm
because
listening.
they seem to have this weird alliance with the person who picks them, and then Deb, enough. Jim, I'd like you to select between Sarah, Howard, and Jay. Jim Colbert,
I'd go
you
with
have
Howard.
to choose between Sarah, Howard, and Jay.
What'd you say?
And I knew she'd do that.
What'd you say?
Did you really?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said I would
She
go.
said she would go with Howard.
Oh, get out of here. God almighty. I can make my own decisions.
No, he's going to go with Howard.
Well, actually, isn't one of them's gone? Where did Sarah go? Did she dip?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Sarah
Oh,
dipped.
Sarah, call us back.
I'll go with Jay here. We'll go with Jay. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Jim, that's a good choice right there.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I do not know who won. I have no clue who won. I've been very kind of pre-involved.
I did not know who won until Jim said, coming up next, the Froggers football forecast.
So, buddy, I got to tell you, it's going to be a surprise to all of us. Who do you think won this week's picks in the NFL schedule?
I'm going to go off script. I'm going to go with Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
Oh, here we go. Oh, my man. Check this out. I had 14 correct.
Damn, did you really?
Yes.
You had a good week then.
Yes. And so did the winner this week. They had 14 correct, and they beat me on points. So I came in second place on points.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Sorry, Jay.
Sorry, Jay.
All right, let's go to Howard here. Howard, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great, buddy. All right, so Jack is out of play. It's between Deborah and myself. Who do you think took it down this week, big dog?
I think it's going to be really tough. Originally, I was going to go with Jack, but I'm now definitely going with Deb because she wants me.
Thank you, Howard.
Oh, that was sweet.
That was sweet.
Come on, Deb.
Well, she's a girl, and we're talking about football picks, Howard.
Okay, yeah, so that's not sexist.
Oh.
And she's proven that she is dominant in this game, and she won again.
Yay! Unbelievable, dude. You are effing on. I almost said that word there, by the way. All right, Howard, I'm going to put you on
Thank you,
hold.
Howard.
I'm going to put you on hold. You're a winner,
Thank you,
and
Deborah.
thank
You're
Deb for
welcome.
those.
Deb has won 5 out of the past 7 weeks.
I mean, she is on fire,
And
kid.
now leads it. So check it out. It's now for the season. Deb has 129 correct. Jim and I are tied with 126.
Wow. You are killing it, man. I mean, killing it. Is Chris helping you at all? Oh, doesn't
Oh, now the sexist.
Yeah, no,
go.
because we pick them while we're sitting here on Thursdays.
Do you
'cause
pick
I
them all
forget.
and then just forget it?
Because then I'm going to forget if I don't.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. So you make all your picks like this Thursday when we make our picks. You will not look at it again.
No.
Yeah,
And I know that Jack hates that, and I'm sorry,
And then
Jack.
she goes, hey, who do you guys like in the Vikings Browns game?
Very coy. Very coy.
And then we tie, and then she gets me on points again. That
Not a-
stupid 47.
What'd you
42.
take?
She had 47. I had 42.
Oh, man.
It was over.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston threw for like 5,000 yards.
Oh, by the way, had you not thrown that pick six at the end of the game, you would have won. He literally threw a pick six at the very end of the game.
I did not watch.
And that would have won. You would have won.
Yep.
Anyway.
But he didn't, Jimmy.
Well, sorry. Like, you know who really lost out? Jay on that.
Yeah, exactly.
But Howard wins the $25 gift card to Froggers, where he can go to one of those 4 area locations.
Oh.
Great food. All the games are there. I mean,
Yeah,
over
it's great.
50 television monitors in this place. I was at the Apopka location a week ago. So much fun.
Oh,
Place
yeah.
was filled.
Legendary.
Yeah, it's a good time. Great service, and
Yeah.
the food, would love it.
Man, they've been around for a minute, man.
Yeah.
They've been around since I moved to Orlando in the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to copy my picks from now on?
I got to tell you, I am aghast. I cannot believe that's like 5 out of 6 weeks you've taken it down. That's so good.
Yeah, Howard has to do one more thing to earn his prize.
Good point.
Howard, give it to us.
All right. Ribbit.
There you go.
Well, that was a frog going through puberty.
It's
I think so,
a ribbit
too.
that needs some oil. A little bit of oil in that ribbit.
Ribbit.
My God. All right. Well, good job, buddy. We
Thank you,
appreciate that.
Howard.
Howard, good job, Deb, as always.
Thank you.
Thanks, Froggers. We appreciate your patronage every single year when we do this, and your food.
And your gift cards.
Oh, yeah. All that's good. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. We'll take a little break and come back and do What'd You Do That's New. Deb's pick is up for grabs. We'll find out what Jack has to offer as well. That's right after this on the Jim Colbert Show.
Not bad for a girl,
This has been the Froggers Football
Not bad for
Follow-Up.
anybody.
Find the Froggers near you at Froggers.com. Why follow Real Radio on Instagram? Because we want to send you to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in an upcoming home game. Each week this NFL season, you have a chance to win tickets. Check our feed at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram.
Looking at slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound, all the way from US 27 up towards the Beach Line exit. Traffic is moving well right now on the Beach Line itself and on the Greenway. No major delays to report for those on the 408. If you run into traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important that your AC works for you perfectly every single time. And that's why I strongly suggest a call to our friends over at Mills Air. These guys have been doing it for a minute, 30 plus years. Right here in Central Florida, keeping you nice and cool or warm if it need be. And, of course, it does right now. Their techs are awesome people. I'll tell you what's great about their techs. And I've had them in my house so many times. Man, they never make you feel uncomfortable. Just totally professional. Tell you their name. They send you like a thing in advance to let you know who's coming out, what they're all about. And they're just wonderful people that give you great service every single time. Plus, they're carrier factory authorized dealers. What that means is could be up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit if you need one. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. These guys are awesome. You are going to love doing business with them. Call them today. It's 407-277-1159. Online, it's millsair.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay.
Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
If a Lenovo computer's on your holiday list, make Lenovo.com your first stop. Find amazing deals on ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 laptops and get the best PC prices of the season. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Colbert crew. Love you guys so much. Love the show always and forever.
Thank you.
I love my coffee black and strong, nothing in it. It's the way to go. So I guess you can call me European. You can probably call me that for other reasons too, because after I drink my coffee, I'm running to the bathroom.
All right.
And I'm peeing a lot.
All right.
So I guess I'm European.
Thanks for sharing, buddy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that was lame.
Yeah, it was.
Love you guys.
That's okay. I love you too.
Hey, Colbert crew. It's me, 420 here. Sorry about my voice. I lost it at the Creed concert on Saturday. Anyway, Deb, it's me, 420, not 420 Maine. But the reason for calling it is I want to see if Florida even ranks in the top 10 as the most charitable states. I'm hoping it does. If not, you guys suck. Twerk every day. Around the corner, Jim is gay. Love you guys.
All right.
Okay.
This is coming in hot today, huh?
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, that cold makes you crazy.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's Maine 420. He corrected you.
Yeah, it's not 420 Maine.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry, dude.
Come on, my God.
I'm sorry,
Get it
man.
right,
We get it
Deborah.
right here on the file.
I won the football pool.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well. Let's do what you do that's new.
Might be the only one who caught that.
Got integrity here.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new.
Hey!
If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Offices right there at Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash called Clausman. We will talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. What'd you do that's new every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. One of the members of the show will have chosen something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We will do that, reconvene on the following Tuesday, discuss it, and then move forward to the next choice. It is Deb's choice this week, and we'll find out what Jack has to offer here in a few minutes. Deborah?
Yeah, I chose a little over 8-minute video. It was a piece from CBS Sunday Morning, and it was about Leonardo da Vinci. There's a movie that's going to be coming out with Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
Yeah.
Ken Burns, the great biographer, actually just came out with a new documentary, his first documentary ever about someone who isn't an American, and he did it about Leonardo da Vinci, but the first episode is it's over 2 hours long.
Yeah, okay, we want to,
So I wasn't going to do that to you guys since Jack is still paying for PBS.
Right, exactly.
So I
closed that credit card.
Yeah, good for you.
They keep emailing me.
I thought it was just a fascinating look into someone that we think that we know, but in reality, you still can learn something new about every single time his name is brought up.
Yeah, and he was a fascinating individual. I mean, I think he's been referred to as one of the most important people that ever lived, one of the most important artists, inventors, engineers. I mean, he was a fantastic human being. Or, I mean, I don't know if he's a good person. I just know he was an extremely talented.
Well, why would you say he's not? Why you allude to the fact that
I don't know that he's. I don't know that he is. He seems like a good guy.
Kittens or something.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
But what was interesting was that, I mean, for someone of his time and his lineage, again, a left-handed gay man.
I did not know he was gay until you.
Exactly.
I didn't know either of those things.
Illegitimate.
Right? Yeah.
You know, every strike against you in life.
No formal education.
No formal education.
He was just an apprentice.
Exactly. And yet, I mean, there's the aortic valve that he drew in his journal that I
in
don't
the
know if you remember,
1600s
that they said was only recently corroborated in just recent years. This was something that, like you said, it's centuries old, that this man who was not formally educated, also a vegetarian.
Or the 1400s, I should say. It's not the 1600s.
Yeah,
It's 1400s. God
even
almighty.
more. Yeah. So, and then it's just a whole new look at the Sistine Chapel, the Last Supper. That really opened my eyes. I hadn't realized that was the scene. So,
well, when you think about, and again, I grew up in a very Christian household. The Last Supper was, one of those images we
had hanging in your kitchen.
We saw all the time. I think my grandmother had one of those, in our dining room and stuff.
I did.
Never noticed like the salt shaker that had been tipped over, or the knife in the hand, or the action that was that. Because, I mean, what he said is, when you're looking at the Last Supper, imagine that Jesus had just said, one of you is going to betray me. Yeah. And that image afterwards is what Da Vinci painted. And if you look at the painting, it's 1,000 per year. It really is kind of a weird, eye-opening scenario for a photograph or an image I've seen 1 billion times.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but I 5 straight years I played Jesus in the Living Last Supper, and it was based on that painting.
Yeah. But you never looked
uncanny resemblance to you too, Jack.
But there were so many Easter eggs in that stuff, much nuance that you would have never paid attention to, because you're looking at the totality of the image and not, what it could be telling you, instead of just, oh, that's nice. That's, Jesus and the disciples.
That's what I always thought. I thought it was this innocuous image of him breaking bread with his disciples for the last time, not realizing the real drama that was going on in that scene. And also, like you, I was like, that's where the spilling of the salt comes from. I had no idea till I watched that myself. What did you think, Jack?
First, this was a CBS Sunday Morning piece, so it's short, consumable. Yeah, it's absolutely, what a great bookend for your day for CBS Sunday Morning and then 60 Minutes at night.
Yeah.
However, you always hear these things about Leonardo da Vinci. It's like, oh yeah, helicopter, and it just seems like it's fiction,
right?
Because
fantastical.
It's too wild to be that good at so many different things and have that foresight. But it was really interesting just hearing the historian break it down on what this guy's life was like. I'm really looking forward to that movie. I really got a kick out of the Leonardo DiCaprio playing him.
Was named after him.
He was named after him.
And it's funny you use the word "got a kick out of."
Yeah. While his mother was pregnant, looking at Leonardo da Vinci art, and the baby was kicking, and the dad said, "Oh, we're going to have to name him Leonardo."
And now he's going to be starring in a movie playing Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
Talk about a full circle moment for your life.
Still don't know how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fit into all of this, but I thought it was an excellent piece. I really enjoyed it.
It really was. Cool. And like a lot of these historical figures that are right there on the tip of your tongue every single time, these names, left and right. The major works. Of course, the Mona Lisa, the Sistine Chapel, about all the other paintings and inventions. And you would think, man, this guy must have been a mover and shaker in his world. Dude died at 67 years old, penniless.
Yeah. Just like
penniless.
Yeah.
I mean, so many of the painters and stuff that we admire in this day, we forget they were literally paupers.
Yeah, they were.
And I think there is a contingent of people who look at the Mona Lisa and go, eh.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's so much smaller than you expect.
Right. When they show the picture of the room where you can see the actual size depending on.
When they kind of break down what he did with perspective on where your focus is, that explains the Mona Lisa smile effect where, if you're looking like this, it's a frown. But when you change your focus, then you see the smile, and it's like, oh, clever.
And even like the underwater machine, like the first scuba gear.
Right, yeah.
And hiding some of the details because he was fearful that enemies would be able to use his technology to attack
1400s he was doing this.
I know, it's amazing.
A helicopter?
Michelangelo was the Sistine Chapel.
Sorry.
That's okay. Because I get it mixed up all the time with the Last Supper and that too, because it's all that same area. But yeah, Salvatore Mundi was one of the most expensive.
Yes.
I think is considered the most expensive painting ever sold at auction in 2017. Did you see how much it sold for? Do you remember?
It was expected because it opened this segment opened with what it was expected to bring in, but I don't remember what it actually brought in.
It was expected to be, I think, bringing in between 100 and 110 or 20 million.
Yeah.
It sold for $450 million.
Whoa.
Record for the most expensive painting ever sold at public auction. Technological ingenuity, armored fighting vehicles, the first image of a helicopter. I mean, just so many of these drawings, and there are tons of them out there where he would just scribe this stuff down as he thought of it. It a little bit kind of reminded me of the lore of Nostradamus.
Yeah.
How he would have these visions, and he would write them down in what he called quatrains. But it wasn't like he was sitting and studying. He would just it would hit him, and he would just run and start writing this stuff. It almost like he was drawn to do it.
And he's another fascinating figure who lost his wife and his family to the Black Plague.
Right, yeah.
And ended up traveling around Europe as a doctor.
Right.
So another fascinating character. But, so often we homogenize these people throughout history because their names have been lauded for so long that when you go back and you find out or you relearn what their contributions are, you're like, wow, this is why this person has been worth remembering their name.
And when you see his drawings or see his paintings, you can recognize him immediately.
Oh, yeah.
How he creates the images, no straight, hard lines. He didn't believe in that, which was the art fancy of the time, that there were a little bit more harder lines, and he didn't like that. He goes, that wasn't like the human form. It wasn't natural. So he kept it real. Man, what an interesting piece. If you haven't checked that out, What'd You Do That's New? The master list is right there at JimColbertLive.com. You can click right through and check it out. Only 8.5 minutes, and maybe that'll kind of power you to find out more stuff about Leonardo da Vinci, because he was a fascinating character.
He really was.
There is a book. They referenced it in the piece, but also Kim just texted in. It's Walter Isaacson's book about da Vinci.
Yeah.
Kim says it's amazing, but it was also, featured in that piece.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, they mentioned it at the end there. So check that again. Jack, what do you have for us?
I have something
that you forgot to pull.
No, I have it. It is.
Oh no!
I'm trying to. See
are you
how
using?
I'm gonna tell you
are you using your 2-hour block on this one?
Yes, but no.
Okay.
Here's the deal. It's an hour and a half long. You want to watch?
I'm pre-mad.
You want to watch? I know. That's why I hesitated on this.
I think I know what it is.
You watch an hour of it and you're done. That's fine. I think it was great. I'm going to watch it a second time before we talk about it next week. It only came out on Friday night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I learned about it from one of the people who star in it when I got to meet Christopher Cross. And
it's the Yacht Rock movie.
It's the Yacht Rock documentary, DOCK documentary on Max. And it's available now. I watched it over the weekend. I talked about it in Captain's Log Radio Sunday morning, and it's fantastic. I think it's great.
Yeah, because I think the interesting part of it is Donald Fagen's take on the whole idea of yacht rock to begin with. Of course, Donald Fagen is a half of the of Steely Dan, which is almost like one of the hallmarks of yacht rock, even though they hate the term.
Yeah, but here's the deal: they are at the core of it, and it's funny when they map it out, and they also give credit to the comedians who did this web show back in 2005 and who coined the term yacht rock. And they did this web series, this comedy series, and the term is only 19 years old.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Why does it seem like it's been around since the 70s?
The music has.
Yeah, I know that.
The term only has been around since then, and it was kind of a kitschy and a joke, so that's why the artists kind of
shied away from it.
They shied away from the term because it's kind of making it fun of the genre, yet the quality of the music is there.
Right, yeah.
And so, but it's also bringing them back into relevancy with their music, and they're performing. They're working more, making more money because of the yacht rock success.
Oh, what a terrible place to be as an artist.
And so Donald Fagen, which you will hear towards the end of that documentary, he will express his feelings about it, might not like the term, but agreed to have all of his music featured in it because it is a central piece to it. And what you will learn is they are at the hub of yacht rock.
Yeah.
Like all the bands kind of flow through Steely Dan.
I was going to say, if they don't think they're cherished, they just need to talk to C-Lane from the News Channel.
Well, they need to talk to anybody who enjoys great music. Because I'm telling you, if you haven't endeavored into any Steely Dan, just go pick up Aja.
And they refer to that as one of the most perfectly recorded albums of all time.
I will tell you, that's where, there are many ways they separate themselves. They were all like studio level musicians. I mean, nth level musicians. Like, I mean, the most talented you could possibly get out there. And then they create this unbelievable music. And even on top of that, they really start to progress in the way you record music, which was also amazing. And any of those records, when you listen to them in headphones, are perfect.
And the studio musicians, these brothers, they were working on thousands of music, all these different artists at the time. And people were like, hey, you guys should form a group. They're like, okay, let's do, like, they had a high school group together. Let's just start working on our own music. Let's form a group. That is Toto.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Interesting. There's another band that did that, a more modern band, and it was Butch Vig, who was the big-time producer, and other studio musicians, and they had a singer, but the singer didn't have a band.
Yeah.
And the band turned out to be garbage.
Oh, wow.
Really? Yeah, if you go and look at that, and that's another band that if you listen to their albums, it's almost perfectly recorded. I remember going to House of Blues to see Garbage with an old buddy of mine.
Love Garbage.
And we're standing there, and it was a good crowd, not completely packed, but a really good crowd. And it was so good, I turned to him and I said, that's a CD. There's no way they're playing that. It was so perfect. And then the one guy made one bad mistake. He made a mistake on the guitar. And what we call a bird is when you fret a note and it kind of it comes out a little fuzzy. And he made a mistake on the guitar. It's like, God almighty.
He did that for you.
It was perfect, yeah. But they were all like studio musicians who basically turned it into a band.
Wow, that is a cool story.
So, fun documentary. Came out on Friday night. It's new. It's really well done. Michael McDonald, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins are all in it. Interviewed, and then other people you will definitely recognize: Questlove, Fred Armisen, and others.
Fred Armisen, a very talented musician, multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
In a number of different bands, actually, as a percussionist in a jazz band.
But it's the most comprehensive overview of yacht rock music and the genre, and explaining it well. Because I mean, for the past almost year and a half, I've been kind of studying it. It's a lot of Wikipedia pages, you know, but this is a really nice overview of it, and it's filled with fantastic music.
This is almost like not even an assignment. I would have watched this either way, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome. Oh, now he's unmad.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, I'm back again. All right, 407-916-1041. Take a little break. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
What you do next news brought to you by Glenn Klausman, KLAUSMANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klausman, KlausmanLaw.com.
Bye. From the Klausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klausman Law, KlausmanLaw.com.
Traffic remains slow on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound on the interstate. For those traveling by the major attractions exits today, looking at activity causing southbound delays on Florida's Turnpike between the Greenway exit and Osceola Parkway. No delays to report at this time on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey guys, not a big secret that the real estate market out there is changing and booming more than ever here in Central Florida. Your house is a very good investment. These houses hold their value quite well in this city, and with your home being your most valuable asset, you need a real estate company that's always one step ahead of the market. That's whether you're buying or selling, and of course, that is the Nickley Group. 4,000 five-star reviews on Google for a reason. These guys are awesome. One of the reasons they're awesome is because the Nickley Group sells homes on average for 6% more than their competitors. Guys, that's tens of thousands of dollars, and they sell them twice as fast as well. Get that money in your pocket way faster. Clients on average save about $24,000 when they purchase a home using the Nickley Group. That sounds great as well. Interest rates lower than they've been in a while. That means that your buying power is thousands of dollars better than it was just a year ago. And their website is awesome. Don't sleep on it. So much information there. As a matter of fact, you could actually get a guaranteed cash offer for your home right through their website. That means no showings, no open houses, don't have to deal with any of that, and you can close in 14 days. Get your home valued instantly. If you're worried or ever thought about how much it's worth, you can do that. And they use current market data to get those numbers. List your house on the market. All of that's available. And while you're there tooling around, be sure to download that buyer's guide. It is absolutely stacked with really useful information about the home buying and selling process. It's thenickley.com. That's NICKLEY group.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The Great American Race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at DayTona500.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
My client. You think you deserve fair compensation for your injuries? Well, you gotta call me. Can't just keep listening forever. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight, and now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx, save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey guys, I'm Kate Max. You might know me from my popular online series, The Running Interview Show, where I run with celebrities, athletes, entrepreneurs, and more. After those runs, the conversations keep going. That's what my podcast, Post Run High, with iHeartRadio is all about. Listen to Post Run High on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Post Run High and start listening.
Real Radio 104.1.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Asia, Steely Dan, the best album from beginning to end as production, as quality, and feeling. There, I said something smart.
It's very good.
So there, everybody remembers Yad Rock, but nobody remembers Minivan or Soccer Mom Rock from the 1980s. Well, there you go.
All right, right.
Yeah, things stick around and then things go away. Have a great day.
All right. Is he talking about like Journey and bands like that, like the arena rock bands, Journey, Boston, like Chicago, Styx, bands like that?
Can I tell you what Evil Eye is talking about? No, I can't tell you what he's talking about. But
Minivan
that
rock.
is a thing.
Is that Minivan Rock? Is that what it was? All right, 407-916-1041. Leave a text at 77031. A talkback is easy. Well, for most people, him it's tough.
No, they get them to us.
Yeah. It's just they chew a bunch of glass before they do it. Get the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to mumble your comment over to Jack. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Do it.
I'm going to give you, this is a public service announcement. All right? This is a public service announcement.
I don't know. It sounds pretty angry already.
Jim thinking he's doing you a favor.
I am doing you a favor, and I'm going to help out somebody who is a business owner here in Orlando. It's not going to cost him anything, but I think everybody should experience this. Are you ready? Before it warms back up, drive over to Black Rooster Taqueria on 1792 and get yourself some Mexican hot chocolate.
Oh.
It's $5. And I will guarantee you this, you will never in your blinking life taste anything like it. It's unexplainably good. It is unexplainably good. And that's coming from me. If you think I know anything that's good for flavor or anything about food in the culinary business at all, if you give me any credit at all for that, I think you can give me a little bit. I think you should go to Black Rooster Taqueria. And they just put up a post saying that it's there. I remember I was talking to my kids about this weekend. I said, when they start selling this hot chocolate, I'm going to march my ducklings down there, and we're going to get this chocolate. We're going to sit on that sidewalk, and we're going to drink it, and we are going to marvel at how they make it and how good it is.
Is it spiked?
It is not spiked. House made with dark chocolate, cream, milk, cinnamon, cloves, and vanilla. And it is game-changing. It is a game-changing experience.
Just go to Key Foods and get the little pot and the little spindle that you have. Do
they have that there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. But, I mean, these guys make
My
this.
mom makes it every winter.
Really?
Well, it's in Colombia, instead of having a coffee in the afternoon, they have hot chocolate.
Yeah. That's how chocolate was used first, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that? I mean, chocolate really wasn't consumed like it is. It was made into a drink.
It was bitter, too.
Yeah. They didn't have it sweetened yet. But this is next level stuff. These are good people. This food is amazing as well. But, I mean, they do this once a year, and they only do it for a short period of time. And if you get over and get a chance to get that, please do. It is just bananas good.
Make sure you go early.
That's right.
I'm not kidding. There's probably going to be a line.
It's so good, man. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, when we go in there and I ask them, like during the winter, this first thing I ask, but usually you can smell it when you walk in, even above the tacos. But, you know, they make one batch a day, I think, and that's pretty much it. Then when it's sold, it's gone.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, you're going to want to get there early.
So good, though. Anyway, 407-916-1041. I've got a question for you guys. Okay, so, you know, obviously with these presidential appointments, we've had a little controversy and some interesting things happen, right? This one is about RFK. So RFK is he is been appointed to be the head of the HHS.
Oh yeah, no,
Health and Human Services.
He'll be in charge of
NIHI,
the NIH, the CDC, the FDA.
And his big thing is he wants to make us healthier, right? His big thing is making sure that the processed foods are out of there, blah, 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 right? Well, interestingly, when you start reading about these things, a lot of the Midwest is as red as it gets, right? Those farmers are red to the bone, right?
Yeah.
They're conservative to the bone. But I read a piece today that was a very interesting take on, RFK's stances on some of these agriculture things like pesticides. He wants to be done with those, and farmers are like, I don't know, buddy. Have you ever been on a farm? Matter of fact, Chuck Grassley, a ranking Republican, it's been around for eons. Chuck Grassley has even said, "Hey, look, I don't know that he really knows much about farming. I'll be glad to sit him down and give him a really nice class in agriculture." In farming. So he doesn't seem to understand how, mass foods are made like that and how they're kept safe and blah, 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 blah. He doesn't seem to have a real grasp on that, and I'll be glad to fill him in.
If not Grassley, Monsanto will.
Yeah, right. So interestingly, what that kind of made me jump to, then that was just a jumping point. We're not going to talk about that per se, but this. Are there still FFA programs in high schools?
Yes.
Is ag still a thing? And I mean, you got to remember, this is a farming state. This is not like this is not like,
Jimmy, they just opened a state-of-the-art aquaculture facility over in Volusia County.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think, and in fact, I think with this younger generation, the Gen A, after the Zoomers, the food, the planet, it's such a bigger deal to them that this is going to be an easier move for them to make. You know, our generation was about convenience foods, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Because our parents were the post-World War II.
Yeah, Happy Meal, fast fun.
Well, every meal was made at home.
Right. Yeah.
Going out to eat was a treat.
Sure, it was.
You know, then you go into, now you've got both parents working outside of the home. You've got TV dinners. You've got fast food.
Very few meals are made at home.
Very few meals are made at home. I mean, but when you look at, like, even with Ross and Olivia, I mean, she cooks all the time.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, and of course, being from Green Bay, Wisconsin, that was our favorite target to pick on, were the kids that were in FFA.
Right.
But that's a huge program.
But in my hometown, it is like I mean, when you walk out with your FFA jacket and your name on it and the whole 9 yards, I mean, you are a superstar. Ag is such a big deal in these rural communities, but I know that it's, matter of fact, I even wrote here in my notes. I mean, I know that ag programs are regional. A lot of them can be if you're out in the rural areas where farming is a big deal, and up in North Florida, where I'm from in Putnam County, but also right next door in Flagler County and all those other counties up there. Big farming, you know, potato, cabbage.
Yeah, you got cattle farming in Osceola.
Yeah, massive farming, right?
Lake County.
But I never hear about agriculture anymore in high school. And that used to be such a big deal. And it was for girls and guys up there. It was a major big deal to be part of those programs. And I never hear anything about it anymore.
Well, check out that really cool aquaculture facility that just, like I said, opened over in Volusia County, because, you know, the kids who live along the Indian River Lagoon and along the Atlantic Ocean, and, you know, just all different kinds of ways of husbandry, animal husbandry. And
I would love to hear for some people that have kids in these programs or were in these programs or know where they are, because, I mean, you would assume that Kissimmee and maybe, you know, out in Lake County that you're going to get those. But, I mean, do suburban schools, like, does Dr. Phillips High School, does Edgewater High School, do they have farming programs or ag programs anymore?
Texter says West Orange High School has a thriving AG department, an ag department, and with 3 teachers, big presence in FFA. That his daughter competes with her middle school in FFA. North Florida is big FFA country. Someone else says they're big in Marion County.
Yeah, going to the fair where all the kids are there showing the animals that they've had to help take care of and learn about animal care before they're sold at auction.
Some of our closest friends are in that group I tell you guys about occasionally. You know, there's got 15 or 20 of us, are all couples and stuff that we've been hanging out for years together. I know that their daughter was an ag up in the Deltona area. She went to high school up there, and she showed a goat like every year, or a sheep. She raised it from, and then took it to the fair to sell it. I mean, she was like into it and very good at it.
Oh, that is, I mean, for anybody who's in that business, you know, having a good animal, that could be a lot of money. And prestige for your farm as well.
We know how much that thing sold for. I mean, it's ridiculous, especially, you know, depending on, you know, what you're, you know, how you're raising it and, you know, its bloodline and stuff. But the funny thing is you never see pride in that anymore. Man, I'm telling you, my hometown, those kids wore those corduroy FFA jackets to school every single day. Like, I would wear my leather jacket for baseball. They would be equally as proud wearing their FFA jackets to school and stuff.
I'm sorry, Dad. Texter say Lake Nona High School, Colonial High School as well. Another listener writes in that their wife is an ag teacher in Marion County. She has to turn down students every year because they don't have enough room for all the kids that want to take the class.
That is so cool.
They all want to learn how to grow weed.
Hydroponics, man. Well, you grow it in water.
Not only that, look at that Four Rivers.
Yes.
That farming cooperative that they've kind of just started down in Orange County.
That's right, over there in the what they call it, the packing district now, but it used to be the Dr. Phillips area over there off of North 441. As you're getting toward Highway 50 there in the Fair Villa area, that whole area there's been blocked out. John Rivers and a group up there have started this fleet farming thing. And the fleet farming thing has happened in the Audubon Park area now. It's been going on for years.
I'm telling you, that's one of the best things I ever saw in England that I wish we would replicate more here in the States.
Which would be?
You have an empty lot where there isn't a house being built, and it becomes a community garden for the neighborhood. And everyone gets a little plot of land, and you grow flowers or vegetables, but the land is used. You get usable produce out of it or something to beautify the land instead of it just sitting empty.
And Deb, I'm telling you, over in that Ottoman Park area where Easton Market, that really hip area, you can walk down the streets in some of those little areas and the houses won't be 1,100 square feet, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but the whole front yard.
I was going to say
are these these growing boxes where you can, and they don't. Here's the thing, like it's not just for them. You're welcome to. I mean, if you're cooking and you need some rosemary and they're growing rosemary, you can go 2 doors down and grab a handful of it out of the garden. They don't care.
And if you remember, a few years ago, there was a starting to be a fight, like especially in Orange County with downtown Orlando, because you had a lot of these urban hipsters. Not wanting to do lawn care and instead turning their front yards into urban gardens. And then, commissioners had to decide whether or not that was legal.
Is that beautifying the neighborhood?
Exactly. But, speaking of pride from coming from an agricultural community, the thing I love driving past some of the barns and the farms of family farms up in Wisconsin is that they would have huge fiberglass statues of whatever cattle they were raising.
Oh, really?
So if it was a Jersey, if it was a Guernsey, they would have these huge fiberglass statues outside of their farms, and then they would decorate them for the holidays.
No way. That sounds awesome.
It's picture postcard. I mean, it is, yeah.
That's funny. The farms up in North Florida that I was, privy to, and I we have some. I have that Kevin Bacon thing with a couple of the farmers up there. I know a friend who has a friend whose farm. Yeah, they own like a 10,000 acre cabbage farm up there or whatever.
You mean the 6 degrees of
right? Yeah. But you can't like drive up to them because all the crops are up front. It's not like these farms where you can
big
drive
red
by.
barn.
Yeah.
Oh man,
everything's in the very back. But there's so many acres up there. That's where the Bulls Hit Ranch was, Jack.
Right.
That you and Jim used to talk about all the time.
Hastings.
In Hastings, Florida, there's a little town called Spuds up there.
Yeah,
and they grow potatoes and cabbage. And and I got to tell you, as a kid,
there's nothing better than playing in a barn.
Listen, we rarely went to the grocery store as a kid. I only remember that when I got a little bit older, because as a kid, we would go to these farms. And,
that's what we did.
And what they would do is this. I mean, I tell this.
And then
I tell this story all the time. Like, so when we would get potatoes, we never bought anything. I'm telling you, I don't remember eating a frozen vegetable my entire life, because during the season, we would go and get these, whatever the vegetable was. We made a deal with one of those potato fields up there when they were digging the potatoes up, and they were, I forget the word.
Harvesting them?
Yeah, tilling the potatoes up. The potatoes that were hit by the tiller and got cuts in them or something like that, well, they had to go through those. Those couldn't go to market. They were late, and they would just put them in a pile in the corner of the field to rot. And they would take that and mix it up and then use that as soil for compost for the next year's planting or whatever, right? But if you knew them and you asked real nice, they would let you go over and cull through that pile of potatoes and get potatoes. I remember we took my uncle's, God rest his soul, we would take his long wheelbase Ford F2 or F-150 over there and fill the thing up to the point where the front tires would barely be touching the ground. And then we would come home and we would do exactly what you're saying. We'd peel them and we'd cut them into different shapes. We would boil them off, parboil them, and then bag them up. And that's what we ate. And we did that all the time. There used to be a fruit stand there called the Country Line, where it was right on the line of Putnam County and I want to say St. Johns County. And it was there all the time. Fresh honey, fresh vegetables. That's where we went to get everything.
I'm telling you what, being raised by a single mom, she learned how to sew to make our clothes. We would go to the You Pick 'em blueberry farms.
Oh, yeah. Strawberries for us back in the day.
Yep. And then you'd see all those ball jars out, with the big pots where, getting ready, melting the wax to do the canning and... survived many a winter on canned vegetables and fruits.
I never got that urge to be that kind of gardening kind of person. I always wanted to.
Same here.
But I don't have the patience for it, and it does take quite a bit of patience. But man, there are a lot of people in my hometown that know how to do it and do it quite well. I don't know why I got that reminiscence when I saw that about the ag department. It's like, man, I haven't heard about the ag departments in years.
Because we need them.
Yeah, we do.
People think our food comes from the grocery store.
You should see the texting service.
You're not wrong.
It's going crazy over here. Like, people have kids, grandkids that have been part of these programs. I can't even believe what Jack just read, that the classes are so packed up that you have to kind of get there first. You would think that would be the last class in 2024, 2025 that would be filling up as ag classes in a town like Orlando.
I know, and yet it gives good hope for the future, right?
Yeah, I love that, man. That's so good.
I don't even think kids think, new generation doesn't even think supermarkets are the origin source for food. I think it's Uber Eats.
Right, exactly. But
where'd you grow this? In my Prius?
It's funny the times, though, that people don't stop and think about how that product you just plucked out of the shelf, how it actually got there and the work it took to make it happen. Like being a farmer, I can't think of any harder job because you never, ever get to take a vacation.
Well, and I'll tell you something else, too. On top of that, there is no thanks for it.
No, there isn't.
There is no thanks. Your IT guy is the greatest guy ever if he gets you back online. That guy is Jesus, too. But a guy who brings you a good steak or a potato or an edible vegetable, that guy's just doing his job.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's
There's a bruise on this.
Nobody's clapping for that guy. Nobody's clapping, but your dumbass IT guy, he's a superstar in your world. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. I've got a little public service announcement next, so you guys hang loose.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
The Winter Light Show continues to grip Central Florida for our Tuesday. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. If you're getting out and about tonight, temperatures will drop off quickly back into the 30s around the metro. Some spots to our north and west may get down below the freezing mark, so you'll certainly want that jacket. We are expecting that potential for some patchy frost around the metro as well. A little warmer tomorrow. High pressure continues to hold, though. Plenty of sunshine. Highs rebound back close to 70 in Central Florida. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Get matched with your perfect bed and save up to $700 on a wide selection of quality mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base with a qualifying purchase. See store for details.
Man, the Filatowski Eye Institute is here to help you out with your terrible vision, and they are really, really, really good at it. And if you ask anybody who's experienced LASIK, they're going to tell you, look, man, this is the best thing I ever did for myself. The problem is I should have probably done this way, way sooner than I did. And that's why the Filatowski Eye Institute is now offering free LASIK consultations. They don't ever want you to have an excuse for not having better eyesight and not enjoying these times of the year and being able to see these beautiful lights and beautiful sights, including your family, crystal clear, without glasses, without contacts. What a drag. That's what they know for a fact. And that's why they want you to text 1041 to the number 868686. That way you can start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Now, if you're worried about experience, right, don't. These guys are the OGs in town when it comes to LASIK surgery. 65,000 plus procedures, and they have the latest state-of-the-art tech. And, of course, that gets you the best results every single time. And if you're worried about finances, don't. They got you covered there as well. 24-month interest-free financing is available. What they need you to do is make that appointment so that you can make your life better with crystal clear vision, and they can do it pretty darn quick as well. Just text 1041 to 868686. That way you can schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Give your home a gift for the holidays by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while also maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Plus, they offer peace of mind. With Acclaim Impact windows and doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Here's what Joni had to say, "Great workers and beautiful job. Love it. All the employees are wonderful. Thank you all." For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hands, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup Disheners. Air Cup Disheners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search gym members and join our group.
Hey guys, happy day. So I graduated from the bougiest school in Orlando, Dr. Phillips, in 1995. No, 97. Forget how old I am. Anyways, we raised pigs and cows and chickens, and the Orange Tree Golf Course made us get rid of our cows that we had on campus because they stunk to high hell.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Dr. Phillips, at least in 97, had FFA.
Yeah, Jimmy, you've got this Kevin Bacon thing going on. But yours is 6 degrees of cow manure.
Okay. Orange Tree's a good club, by the way. It's a shame they did that. It's a good-ass golf course. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text our show, 77031. People are doing that like crazy right now.
It was amazing to see how many text messages have come in.
We had a vein with that ag thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though. I love hearing that for sure.
You don't want cow stink while you're golfing.
You don't. You don't want cow stink anytime, but it also lets you know you're alive.
Guy's going to say, yeah, you do, because I hate hearing them keeping the cows in the barns now instead of letting them out in the spring.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. All right, so I have a public service announcement real quick. That's not it.
That's a good time right there, though.
All right, here's my public service announcement, and this is, it is going to be a little serious, and we'll get to the top of the hour and get back to some fun here. Well, I mean, I think it's important to say this because I think this is the time of year where things like this can happen, and I just want to reassure people that this does not have to happen to them. The story today. A man was shot and killed Monday morning in Orlando after road rage ended in gunfire. This is actually right around the corner from where I was, Primrose Lanes, the other day with my children, bowling. Between East Colonial and South Primrose, right there at McGuire. It shut down for hours. It was a road rage because a man exited his car when he was upset with a woman behind him he thought was following too close. He did not touch her. He did not do anything. She was in no harm. Now, this is a witness saying this. It was across the street at an apartment complex, I think, washing his car and saw the entire thing unfold. So he was able to give an eyewitness account of what happened. The woman shot the man dead over what seemed like absolutely nothing whatsoever. All right. And he goes on to say, we grew up differently. To me, if someone's having a verbal altercation, no reason to draw a firearm. But let me explain a little something here. This is what happened. It was a white Ford Focus. The woman was driving, and a black Lexus was being driven by the man. I think the man thought that the woman in the car was getting way close, too close. And, of course, it's a black Lexus. He's got a nice car. He feels like maybe she's a little close, right? And as he was getting, as she was getting closer, he felt that maybe she needed to understand that, and he got out of his vehicle and approached the car.
You never do that.
So here's my thing, guys. Okay, so in Florida, you could tape a Glock to your chest and roller skate through any park, and they can't do anything to you. All right, you can carry a gun anywhere you want. I will tell you, this is for me, and this is going to seem probably a little paranoid to people out there, but this is the mindset I have to have for me to make sure I keep myself in check, because I have that personality that can fly off the handle when something doesn't go my way sometimes. All right, I have that, and I am aware of that. And because I'm aware of that, I also understand this. I assume everyone I encounter in public is armed. I assume that because in this state you can be. I don't care if it's a little grandma. I don't care if it's a 16-year-old kid. I don't care if it's a woman, mom, soccer mom, trucker, guy, biker. I don't care who it is. I always assumed that that person is armed. That way, when I start thinking I'm going to pop off at somebody for being an idiot in traffic, I keep myself in check for that. Here's the other thing you never, ever, 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 and then assume I said ever until 12 o'clock tonight. Never leave your vehicle and approach another vehicle. In the state of Florida, they have stand your ground. All right? That woman in that car had no idea what that guy was going to be capable of doing. She didn't know if he was armed. She didn't know what he was going to do. And I don't know that she'll be charged for this. I mean, I look at the story and I don't think there's anything there, but it doesn't really matter if she was going to do anything or he was going to do anything. He got out of his vehicle and he approached the car. At that point, you can assume, whether you're right or wrong, that something really bad can happen and you're able to protect yourself for doing that. Stay in your car.
Yeah.
It's a brief moment in your life. Let it pass. And I'll tell you exactly how I do it. There is no deep breath. There is no counting to 10. There's none of that BS. Here's what you do. Internally, you just say to yourself, stop. Just stop. And then go. Stop. Think about what you're about to do and then go forward. There's nothing good is going to come out of there. You're not going to teach anybody anything. They're not going to listen to you. You're not going to change the way they drive. You're not going to change the way they look at life. You're not going to make them a better person. They're not going to have a breakthrough with that encounter with you in traffic. It's not going to change anything about them. Stop wasting your time trying. Stop putting yourself in danger for trying. This guy could be alive this morning. He could be alive today had he just stayed in his car. She was doing nothing to him. She didn't. She was just following too close. It's Orlando.
Apparently, WFTV said a witness who said that he reached into her car and hit her.
Even worse. I didn't read that part because the story I got this thing was the first thing this morning.
Well, there's two conflicting eyewitness reports. Yeah, and I heard that earlier today as well, that there is another eyewitness saying he actually reach into the car.
The eyewitness that was watching the entire thing unfold said that there were. I did not say anything about that. That's why I'm going with this story. And
regardless, if you took your advice,
guys,
good point.
This is the time of year these things happen because everybody's running at a 10 pace. You're trying to get to the store to get that last gift. You're looking for that spot close to the store. You're doing all of the things that we all do. And everybody's trying to do the same thing you're trying to do. You're no more special than anybody out there that wants that close parking spot. You're no more special than anybody out there waiting patiently, trying to get through that parking lot, trying to get to that register, trying to do whatever. Just stop. And don't do anything dumb. Don't cost you and your family your life. Just stop. I read stories like that, and it literally brings me to tears because that person could be alive today if they just use some common sense and just stayed in their vehicle and realized this may happen the next light I'm at, and the next light, and the next light, and it could happen 10 times tomorrow. It could happen to me on the way home tonight, and both of you and everyone listening to me. This could happen to you. Someone could follow too close. They could brake check you. All of those things don't matter. None of that matters. It is not changing your life. Just stop and think before you do anything like that. That's just amazing. This guy is dead. And all he had to do is stay in his car. That's all he had to do is just stay in his car. And when the light changed, move forward. and he would be enjoying his life today going into the Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
But instead of that, his family is now mourning the death. And all he had to do was just stay in his vehicle and not do that. Stay in your car. Don't ever get out of your car and approach another vehicle. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do it, guys.
Especially in Florida.
Assume everyone is armed, and especially when they're in their vehicle.
And withstand your ground if that person feels threatened.
And she's a woman. He's a man. He's approaching the car in an angry fashion.
Yep.
Nothing's going to happen to her. More than likely, no charges will be filed. Completely. This guy could be alive today. Just put yourself in check, man. 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Yes?
You talk about the stressors, and one of those things, it's like you're trying to find that, you do it. People will wait in their car looking for that parking spot.
Yeah.
Flip the script. Look for the further parking spot. It's easier to find, and you think of that walk as the bonus exercise you're getting.
And the funny thing is, and my wife used to do this to me all the time. She'd park in the far part of the parking lot to make a point.
Yeah.
And the point would be, it's 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's 15 seconds more to walk from that position than from that position. 15 seconds.
And there's no waiting.
And there's no waiting. No nothing. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Deb hit me with something right before we came on the air today that I didn't even really know about. I hadn't heard about. No. She said 2025 is cursed.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you why next.
Real Radio wants to give you the ultimate Welcome to Rockville experience. Head to realradio.fm/Rockville for details.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound on the interstate as you travel by the major attractions exits this afternoon. A serious crash reported southbound on the turnpike is currently blocking at least 3 left lanes on the toll road between the Greenway exit and Osceola Parkway, causing major backups for those traveling south. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Do you have a mortgage quote and you're wondering if it's any good? A recent study showed that less than 20% of us compare our first mortgage quote that they get. But you don't want to be a slacker. You want peace of mind. And that mortgage guy, Don, can help. It's so easy to compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just go to the website, hit the button that says compare, and upload your quote. That mortgage guy, Don, will tell you if it's any good, and you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. It's peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgagiguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgagiguydon.com.
It's the holiday season at Wawa, where you can find gift cards for everyone on your list. Pick up a card for the Wawa fans in your life and for fans of other brands like Sephora, Roblox, Amazon, and more. Grab one for your boss, teachers, or your favorite delivery driver. And don't forget the family gift swap. Happy holidays from Wawa, your one-stop gift card shop. Gotta have a Wawa.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with Fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to this station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman. Office Winter Park.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Tools Ace Hardware is your local place for the best gifts this holiday season. Get the best pricing of the year on grill brands like Weber, Traeger, Big Green Egg, and Gosney, with free assembly and delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. Power tools and accessories from Milwaukee, DeWalt, and Craftsman. Outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. Plus stocking stuffers from Yeti, Stanley, and Costa Del Mar. Just visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. Hey, sweetie, I got you.
iPhone 13?
Yeah, it's from Total Wireless. Ooh, and what's cool, it has
super fast 5G and the awesome dual camera system. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I love
you, Dad. Best dad ever.
Get iPhone 13 for just $99 when you switch and buy 2 months of the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. But you better hurry. They'll go faster than you can say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah.
Total Wireless. We're totally with you. Limited time offer while supplies last. Restrictions apply. Available exclusively in Total Wireless stores. 5G access requires a 5G capable device and a 5G service area.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious roasted or crispy chicken sandwich, just the way you want. For you, the Heat Honcho that tests your spice tolerance with seasoning and buffalo sauce. Or you, the Forget the Pit Master, who prefers barbecue sauce, bacon, and no extra work. Or you, the supporter of Southwestern flavors like avocado, fajita veggies, and chipotle sauce. You've got great taste. And now, you've got Wawa's roasted and crispy chicken sandwiches. Chicken how you wanna. Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. Deb is here along with Jack. And real quick, I want to address something on the texting service. People are saying that that's misinformation about the story we just read. Somebody is saying that there's multiple facts. The News Junkie was talking about this earlier today, and there was a report that he reached inside the car and made contact with her. I just read 5 stories during the break from 5 different news sources, local news sources. Not one says the person reached inside the car. They said he was outside of the car waving his hands wildly while yelling. But did not touch her, did not go inside the car. Not one reported that.
And even if there is one source who interviewed a different person, it's a moot point because your point, Jim, is that if the guy stayed in his car, he would be alive. And that is true. Yeah. Whether he reached in the car or just approached it aggressively.
So unbelievable. And another guy's going, I could just carry a gun anywhere in Florida I want. You're such an idiot. Misinformation. I said, you could tape a gun to your chest and walk through a park in Florida. Did I say that or not?
Yes.
That's exactly what I said. What? 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Right now in traffic, I would be mad. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here as well.
Take your own advice, Jimmy.
All right, so
stop.
Stop. Yeah, stop.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Stop.
Right, yeah, you go. I'm stopped and everything's fine. I'm
Okay,
good. My
good.
blood pressure is perfectly fine. It's just coming out of my ears.
Yeah, no, actually, it's throbbing in the vein in your forehead.
Very nice.
Big throbbing. No.
Easy. So tell me about this cursed thing you were talking about. What is going on?
Well, I just heard that there's this now viral story.
Like on social?
And social, that 2025 is cursed because if you look, what are the first 3 days of the year? What days does the new year land on? The first, the second, and the third.
Oh, geez. I do not know the answer to that. Usually I pay attention to that because it affects my vacation.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
WTF.
Oh, get out of here. Really? Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes.
They think it's cursed because the first 2 years.
The first 3 days.
The first 3 days, the dates are the days start with W and T and F.
Exactly.
That's a very social media thing, that's for sure.
Isn't it? Should we be worried that that 2025 starts with WTF?
I think you probably should be a little worried, but I'm not 100. That's exactly what for.
Yeah, no.
Could be a lot of other reasons why you should be a little worried.
I think it could be the precursor to everything else we should be worried about.
All right, 407-916-1041. Hey, the other thing I was going to tell you guys, guess what was invented on this day? It was patented and sold for the very first time on this day. It's a medication, and it's still around. And this kind of leads me to what I want to talk about just for a quick second.
Aspirin?
Very close. Very close. A unique kind of aspirin, let's say.
Tylenol?
No.
Codeine?
No. Codeine,
baby aspirin.
Deb talking about scissor. Damn. Deb went from
I got that purple.
Deb went from aspirin to Little Wayne's green room.
Let's see, not aspirin. Oh, penicillin.
No, not penicillin. I think it's a little older than that. But I could say one word and you would know what it is. And it doesn't have anything to know because it's one of the most famous jingles in the history of American products.
Pop, pop, fizz, fizz, Alka-Seltzer.
Fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Alka-Seltzer invented on this day. And I don't know, I think in God almighty, I want to say 1905 or something like that. Can you think of another product like that's been around 100 years? Like a product that you buy on the shelves. I mean, I know some of like the sugar companies and flour companies and
coffee.
Coffee like that has been around for a while.
Community Coffee, I think, has been around for a while.
What's like the oldest medicine that you can still buy on the shelves from a name brand that's still around? I was trying to think of that today. I was like, man, I couldn't even remember one like Neosporin. I don't believe is that old.
Well, I mean, the bark of the willow tree contains one of the oldest medicinal remedies in human history. In modern form, we call it...
What's that now? What were you saying?
The bark of the willow tree contains one of the oldest medicinal remedies in human history. In its modern form, we call it...
The bark of the willow tree. Is it a liquid?
No.
It's not a liquid. It's a pill?
Yes.
Oh,
wow.
We call it aspirin.
Oh, really?
More than 3,500 years ago, the ancient Sumerians and Egyptians used willow bark as a traditional medicine for pain relief.
I'll be damned.
So aspirin is 3,500 years old.
I got one older.
By the way, this Alka-Seltzer launched in 31. Not quite 100.
Oh, boo.
Go ahead.
Boo.
This was discovered in 2700 BCE.
Oh.
That's a long time ago.
2100 BCE.
2700 BCE. This medicine is called cannabis sativa.
Yeah, not packaged up though, dog. Not until recently, that's for sure.
But what's interesting is if you look at the history of medicine, right? It goes from chew this bark to take this pill.
Right.
And now we're in this place of don't take that pill. Go back to chewing that
Right,
bark.
exactly right.
That's the safer alternative.
Man, I remember my dad lived on Alka-Seltzer and BC powder.
Yeah.
I mean, lived on it because we drove those trucks. His hands would always get all, and he just kind of dealt with the back issues and stuff.
Yeah.
Like even to this day. And he had Alka-Seltzer. Do you remember how it was packaged? It was either in a foil pack that had 2 tablets or in that glass cylinder.
Yeah, that's right.
It was like a glass cylinder, and they were stacked up like Necco wafers. And you would just pop 2 in there, and I hated
Both
the taste of it.
tasted terrible.
Oh, they were
Necco
awful.
wafers and Alka-Seltzer.
It was awful. And then they came out with lemon, and I was like, you didn't make it better. And how it got worse. I don't remember. Did you guys remember drinking Castoria as a kid by any chance? Do you know what that is?
Castor oil?
Yeah, well, that's basically the idea of it, but it was, like a diarrhea thing or a...
Wasn't it if you were...
Laxative, laxative, yeah.
Lube you up.
I never did.
You would have violent.
No.
Violent. It would be violent. Like it would wring your stomach around. It was so bad.
Ow.
Yeah. My grandmother believed in that. And salves, do you guys remember red and black salve?
Oh, yeah.
Like if you had like a zit or a splinter or something,
yep.
They would put it in a spoon like heroin and they would heat it up. And then they would put it on you and it's like lava.
And then people wonder why Gen X is hard AF.
I said I'm not going in that thorn bush for nothing. I'm not getting that heroin salve. No thanks. All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us at 77031. I did want to go over this real quick because we were talking about it before the show. This is a movie-level tragedy. And I know that you've seen the story, Jack, and I know that you have as well. Have you heard the story of this chick, Hannah Kobayashi?
Yes. This is today.
All right. So Hannah Kobayashi was this woman who flew to L.A., and then she was supposed to leave to L.A. to go, I forget
back
where.
Back to New York.
Back to New York City from there. And then when she got to L.A., she kind of disappeared. And nobody knew where she was. She wasn't, nobody was making contact. She wasn't making phone calls, wasn't using, I guess any money or bank or anything like that. Literally just vanished. And it became like a story. And then, unfortunately, over the weekend, or I think right before we went to break, it even got more tragic because her father had flown across the country to go to LAX, and he was just going to go over there and start looking for her. Well, it turns out that he took his own life in the parking lot of LAX. It gets worse. She's alive, they think. And what happened was she did something that we talk about occasionally on the show. She decided to disappear and didn't tell anybody. And when she went to LAX and flew in, she left her phone there and took off and crossed over into Mexico. They have her on surveillance cameras crossing into Mexico about 2 weeks ago. And her father, because she didn't tell anybody that she was disappearing, she didn't tell anybody any of that. Her dad, I guess, brokenhearted, but there could be another angle there as well.
I mean, there could. I'm sure the investigation is going to continue. It's just tragic that he took his own life before they could get to this point in the investigation.
And what's weird to me about it, man, is he did this and he did it with, look at it. You don't know how people roll in their own homes, but it was pretty quick. I mean, I don't think she was really missing all that long.
I think it'd been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but still, I mean, a couple of weeks gives you hope still, right?
I would think.
If it was my daughter, I would still have hope after a couple of weeks. I mean, all the signs weren't good, that's for sure, but they didn't have any bad signs other than that she was just missing. There was no bad. And he went over there and he looked for a little. I mean, he was only there, I think, for a few days before they discovered his body in the parking lot.
I can't imagine that if she does come back to this life. Well, first of all, how is she going to remain missing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this guy that had been on the run for 3.5 years, it took a TikTok video for him to get busted. But they saw her going in. There's so much attention paid to her case. But imagine when she finds out what happened.
She was last seen November 12th entering Mexico through the San Isidro. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Crossing. It was about 120 miles south of Los Angeles. Surveillance footage from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection showed her walking alone with her luggage, and she appeared unharmed. No evidence of foul play or human trafficking. It's now classified as a voluntary missing person case. So theoretically, they won't go looking for it at all. There's no reason to go look for her, right?
Willful disappearance.
Yeah.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
She's not forced to say goodbye to anybody.
She doesn't owe that to anybody.
But conversely, the kayaker. He faked his death.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Well, he was trying to get, there's a monetary thing there. He wanted his wife and kids to get the money from the insurance policy, I guess, maybe to kind of cure some of that guilt. Or was that supposed to go to him? I can't remember.
No, it would have gone to the family.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Exactly, which now they're not going to receive that. But then there's also the police resources that are involved. He didn't expect them to drag that lake looking for him. They just thought they was going to go, well, I guess he drowned.
Yeah.
You have to move on with your life.
She flew to L.A. on November 8th to visit relatives in New York. I guess she was going to fly from there. She informed family members she would sleep at L.A. International after missing a connecting flight. The next day, she texted that she was going to go sightseeing in L.A. with plans to visit the Grove, which is a shopping center there. On the 11th, her family received cryptic messages from her phone saying that she had been intercepted on a metro train and feared identity theft. Then it was determined that she retrieved her luggage from LAX before leaving without her phone. She had expressed a desire to, quote, step away from modern connectivity and had been spotted in various locations around LA before crossing into Mexico. Her father's death was a suicide. He traveled from Hawaii to LA to assist the search. He was found dead on the 24th, 2 weeks after she disappeared.
It's someone, I think along the same lines that you're thinking, texted us at 77031 and said maybe it's darker than that. Maybe she was trying to disappear from her family, and maybe her dad was a really big piece of the puzzle.
That's what I said to you.
You did earlier today.
Before
you
the
did
show,
say,
I said, what if she was running from him?
Right.
Yeah, it's weird because you know how when they reeled the suicide, you know how this is the most weird thing ever. His suicide was caused by blunt force trauma.
Because he fell from the parking garage.
Oh,
right?
is that what he did?
I believe he jumped.
Oh, I did not know that.
He jumped from the parking garage structure.
Did not know that. Yeah. So they've done everything they can do. They've tried to contact her family, and law enforcement. She left the country, and she's in another nation now. There's nothing they can do about it.
No.
Which is unbelievable. Man, you talking about this is like a move, like a Hallmark tragedy, like one of those tragedies you just can't
Hallmark
believe.
would never touch
not
this.
Hallmark, but I mean like one of these movie kind of
besmirching the name of Hallmark,
like a made-for-TV kind of movie. There, man, that's so insane.
The ripping of her family apart like this is.
But that's what leads you to believe that there was something a little more there, because you could look at your family and say, guys, look, I'm done. I'm done. I don't have any contact with anybody. I don't have anything in common with reality out here anymore. I'm going to step away. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to live off the land. I'm going to off-grid it. I will contact you guys once every 6 months. But until then, I wish you the very best. I know this is probably going to be very difficult on you, but I'm taking off, right?
I don't know
and
how
that's one thing when that's communicated to the family.
Right. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But if your daughter just disappears and you're like, what the... I got to go. I got to go find her.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's nothing that wouldn't keep me from doing it. There's nothing. I mean, if this happened to my kid, I would be so, if I didn't, of course, wind up, taking my own life and I just went back home and lived in sorrow for 6 months and then got a call saying she's fine, I don't know how I would feel. I mean, I'd be very...
we know how you'd feel.
We know exactly how you'd feel.
I'd be very happy that she was alive, but I'd also be...
lay into her.
Raging. That's when I would leave my car.
Yeah, Jim, just say stop. Jim, stop.
That's when I would leave my car. I'd be like, oh, you got it coming. I have no idea. The family shut down this group that they had, a Facebook group, said, help us find Hannah. 25,000 members in just a few days joined. And, of course, they shut that down after everything was said and done.
Oh, that poor family.
Unbelievable, man. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. I'm going to tell you about angel numbers. Angel numbers. I'll tell you what that is next.
Cool.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
I don't know that anybody watches a Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix and like, I'm going to eat a dude today. Damn it. Don't use that against me, please. I don't know.
I mean, it's too late.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, east and westbound on the interstate as you travel by the major attractions exits this afternoon. A serious crash reported southbound on the turnpike is currently blocking at least 3 left lanes on the toll road between the Greenway exit and Osceola Parkway, causing major backups for those traveling south. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
The Jim Colbert Show question of the day is where you get to vote on a poll we put up in our YouTube chat. We'll talk about it at the end of the program. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Brad Siebert, mortgage expert. This is where you go when it's time to get the next home. You need to secure a mortgage. Maybe you want to refinance your current mortgage, maybe take advantage of a better rate, maybe take advantage of some of the equity you built up over the year, maybe both. WeAreNotTheBanks.com is the website, whether it's a new mortgage or a refi. Matter of fact, I used WeAreNotTheBanks.com for my refi a few years back. It was fast, easy, got a great rate. And Brad was great because he let me know everything I needed every step of the way, guided me through the process. He can help you as well. Deals with all types of buyers with all different types of loans, VA loans, conventional loans, jumbo loans, even no income documentation loans. Again, for all your mortgage needs, easy website to remember, WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Hey, it's Sisney, and for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum, but before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS, and if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight, and now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Tools Ace Hardware is your local place for the best gifts this holiday season. Get the best pricing of the year on grill brands like Weber, Traeger, Big Green Egg, and Gosney, with free assembly and delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. Power tools and accessories from Milwaukee, DeWalt, and Craftsman. Outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. Plus stocking stuffers from Yeti, Stanley, and Costa Del Mar. Just visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klosman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. Radio. 104.1.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
I'm kind of curious if you guys saw, like, I don't know, like 15 or 20 different things on TikTok yesterday about alien invasion today. I haven't seen it yet. Kind of weird, but nothing yet.
Let me check that out.
Just hanging around waiting for the alien invasion.
Yeah, so many jokes. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. Thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate that. Hope you had a really nice Tuesday at work. We got you covered all the way to your driveway. Just turn us up. We got you. No problem whatsoever. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth. Isn't that really just common sense financial advice? It's both. Oh, okay. It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
You guys give it up good and loud for our buddy Scott Brown. Buddy, what's up?
Living the dream, man. Living the dream. Up here in South Carolina where it is cold.
Yeah, a little chilly out there this week up there.
30-something degrees. I can't even harass you about having played golf because I did not play golf. I don't play golf under 50 degrees. That's my rule.
That's a little tell. We played the other morning and it was like 48 when we teed it up, and I was like, this is zero fun. And then by the third hole, I'm like, Jesus Christ, somebody get me my board shorts. It's just like how it is here. I actually was going to go out and practice this morning, and I stepped outside and I was like, we'll do something else.
35 degrees.
Yeah, you hit one iron shot thin in this weather, it makes you want to shoot yourself.
Man, and my hands are already barely working these days, so yeah, you're right. Any thin shot, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Scott Brown is a 38-year veteran of the financial world here in Central Florida. His business has been there for quite a while. He's a fiduciary and, of course, a portfolio manager, and I've been doing it for 38 plus years at Edgewater Family Wealth, edgewaterfamilywealth.com. What do you have for us this week, big dog?
On the list today, I think I sent you something to the effect of
it says you may not own a business, but you are in business.
Yes, because don't you think a lot of people, you're a former entrepreneur and still are to some degree, but a lot of people, I don't think they think of themselves as business people. Like, I'm not a business person. You hear people make that statement quite frequently, which I think they don't think they're business people, and what they think is a business. They think of Elon Musk or Jamie Dimon or people like this as business people. But this is the United States of America. We're all in business. You may, as I like to tell my team, capitalism isn't just happening to my company. Capitalism is happening within my company, right? When you think about, you go to work every day, you are to some degree competing in the open market of your employment, right?
Yes.
You're competing with other people that are around you. You're competing to maybe move up the food chain. There's all kinds of capitalistic things that you are doing. And if you think about a business person, people might say, well, the things that are common are businesses have revenue, businesses have customers. Even if you're an employee, you have a customer, right? And your customer is your boss.
Sure, yeah.
Right? They are purchasing from you your time. And this This is something I harp on this show all the time, to the point where people are probably sick of it. But the most valuable commodity you have is your time. And that's ultimately what you're selling to your customer, who is your employer, right? So if you think of it that way, am I providing value to my customer? Number one. Number two, you have revenue. Your paycheck is your revenue. So you're providing value to a customer and getting revenue. Now, like a business person, you have to decide how to invest your revenue, yes? Do you invest it back into your business, which could mean education, improving your skill set? Do you invest your revenue in a home or a car or whatever transportation you might need to get from point A to point B? Or do you invest your revenue in a 401k, in a Roth, in an education for a child, right? So you have to decide, just like a business has to decide, do we use this money for a short-term investment? Maybe we need a new building. Or do we invest this money for the long term by hiring a group of employees that might be with us for 30 years?
Got it.
So you are no different as an individual in many, many ways to a business. And I think, I could be wrong about this, but I think that if more people thought in those terms, if they thought in terms of, what am I getting? What value am I providing? What revenue am I getting for it? And what am I doing with that revenue to further my capitalistic cause long-term down the road? I think they would think differently about how they spend money.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, is how would you apply a theory like that? That one's out there on the edge for me. I completely understand what you're talking about. This show is a business with my name on it. And I got that. I owned a printing business before that, and I kind of understand that as well. But, how would you use that as somebody out there who's working like a 9-to-5er? They clock in 8 o'clock, clock in at 9 o'clock, whatever the case may be. They work their 6, 8, 10 hours, whatever that is, and then they go home. It doesn't feel like a business. It just feels like employment. Do you have a tool that you use to apply that theory so that you can kind of make it a little bit more clarified?
Well, I think it's a little bit maybe broader than that, in so much that I want you to think of it as, I am selling to this customer, my employer. First of all, am I getting the right price, right? We're all trying to figure out, do I ask for a raise? Do I not ask for a raise? First, ask yourself, is the product I'm giving the employer worthy of asking for a higher price? Every person who sells a thing, right? Tesla's, Elon Musk and his people over there sit down and say, can we get a little bit more for this model? Right? Is it good enough that we could ask for $5,000 more? You should be having the same conversation with yourself. And by the way, if you're saying to yourself, well, I'm just showing up and letting the time go by, then your customer, your employer, is not likely to reward you with a higher value for that. And what I would say is, how you kind of want to look at that is your balance sheet. Just like a business, you have a balance sheet. Are you building your balance sheet after having sold your customer and received revenue? Does your balance sheet look like a solid business? If you were a stock, would I want to buy your stock, right?
Yeah, your checking account basically is your balance sheet, right? Because it tells you what you're doing with your money coming in as opposed to the money going out. And then, of course, what you're doing with that excess money that's left over, your surplus.
Yeah, I think if you look at it like, look, I got a house. I paid $300,000 for it. It's worth $300,000. I got a 401k with $100,000 in it, but I also have a liability on the other side, right? The liability is my mortgage. Maybe that's $150,000, and then maybe I owe $20,000 on credit cards. So now you take the $400,000 minus the $120, that gives you $280, right? So your net worth, your balance sheet is $280. So your stock, in my case, Scottco, is worth $280,000. Somebody came to me and said, I want to buy Scottco. I said, well, look, I got $280,000 in assets. I make $75,000 a year. That plays out this way. You will have to give me $500,000 for Scottco, right? So again, if you look at your life, not day in and day out, but on a semi-regular basis, as how is the business of my life going? I think it would make a dramatic difference for people.
You know what the funny thing is, Scott, you mentioned this. This is kind of a little side note to this, and I find this interesting. As a fiduciary and as someone who handles portfolios, and of course you handle this professionally, how many times a year would you tell people to go through their finances and kind of do like a checkup to make sure that everything's where it's supposed to be, that you're getting the best rates on stuff? I mean, do you tell your clients to do that, or is that something you do for them? I heard this recently, and I've read it a couple of times from some reputable people that says if you're not going through your finances once or twice a year just to make sure that all the things are adding up, because you get complacent about things, you just assume it's going great, but you're really not fine-tuning it. Do you have any advice for that?
Yeah, well, I say twice a year minimum they have to meet with us.
Yes.
That's kind of Scott's law. You have to sit down and kind of face the music on what you're doing or not doing. And, personally, I think everybody should, again, using the business analogy, if you were running a business and you only looked at it once every 3 years, how well do you think that business would do?
It's not going to do well, buddy.
Right.
Yeah,
so that's why I say a minimum of a deep dive every 6 months. And I would say, it's like me, right? I do a deep dive on my business maybe once a quarter, where I look at the expenses, I look at the liabilities, where are we overspending, what's being effective, what's not effective, how much cash do we have on it. I do that about once a quarter. But every single day, I say, what's the checking account look like? What do we have coming up? What business do we have that we're about to do? What business are we not going to do? Right? And that's a quick, maybe 5-10 minute conversation with a teammate. But certainly you should do a deep dive. I expect from my clients at least twice a year.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Talking to Scott Brown here from Edgewater Family Wealth. This is It's Only Money. Scott, you also said that your business should have a decision-making process. This is one thing that I was really lax on, really one thing I still work on to this day. The entertainment business is very bizarre, other than writing the show every day and kind of getting things together for what we're going to talk about. Everybody else has their role that they do. I really don't put a lot of process into, the decision making of the day-to-day of this, because I'm kind of in the rote nature of just getting up, writing the show, coming, doing the show, and then going home and rinse and repeat,
Yeah, I think, and I can give you an example. I was kind of thinking of something happened a few weeks ago. A client called up, a really great client and great friend, called up and said, look, this person's in the aviation business, has been there their whole career. They're an executive with a fairly large aviation firm. And he said, look, I've got this opportunity to buy into this startup. And it was a significant amount of money, maybe $100,000, $200,000. It wasn't undoable for this person, but his question to me was, Scott, or team, he actually asked the whole team, if I do this and it doesn't go well, meaning I lose all my money, which was not out of the question, how does that affect my planning, right? So we immediately looked at his planning, and we said, well, right now, your score, your probability of success is 89%. We know that because we have a little computer program that tells us this, meaning he's got a 90% chance he can't screw this up. If he were to have lost the 100 or 200,000, whatever the number was, what did that mean to him? And what it meant to him was almost nothing.
Right.
When we did the math, he dropped to 87%, which is well within our expected range. We said, look, do it if you want to. If it blows up, it blows up, but your net worth is such that it's not going to be catastrophic for you. And if it works out, obviously, that's a good thing as well.
Yeah.
But the point being that he didn't just do it. He didn't just say, well, I got the cash.
Right, yeah.
What could it hurt?
Yeah.
Or I feel great about this. He made a phone call and he said, guys, statistically, does this hurt me? We quickly ran the math. The answer was no, it's not going to hurt you one way or the other. Now, he ended up passing on the deal because he didn't like some parts of it. But the reality is, whether he was doing that or it's a client calling to buy an RV and they say, how's this going to affect my planning? In fact, I had one a few years ago who said, how's this going to affect my planning? I said, if you spend $300,000 on an RV, you're going to struggle. You're going to fall below 50% success. We have both agreed that was a bad idea. He did not buy the RV.
Yeah, and that's great because, I have that. Like, here's the thing. Like, you can use that gut thing to pick football picks, but when you're using that and I have some receipts on this, but when you use that gut thing to make decisions like that, it's usually the worst thing ever because you get your heart into it and you start believing the dream. Mark Cuban just did an interview yesterday. He invested in 85 businesses as a member of Shark Tank for a total of $20 million. Do you think he's up or down on his investments?
I think he's down.
He's down. And he kind of laughs about it. He says, you have no idea how rare hitting a startup is, even with major backing and major intellect and all the resources behind it. Still hitting one of those is so unique and so difficult. So you could see where even the smartest, most well-funded people also don't have great success with that. That would lead you to believe that Scott's 100% right, that maybe you need to kind of crush that evaluation before you make a move with any. I mean, and really it's all relative, isn't it, Scott? 100K, 200K to some people is $500 or $1,000 to others.
Yeah, no. You won't know what it is without context, right? So yeah, if some people lose $100,000, it's like your regular people losing $5.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought up betting on football. I don't know if you saw the Al Michaels quote last week.
No.
But Al Michaels said, everybody knows who Al Michaels is. Sure. He's been calling football for 100 years. I don't know how old the guy is,
100.
But he's old, and he knows more about football than just about any human being on the planet. You know what he said about gambling on football, pro football? If that was how he made his living, he would be living under a bridge in a month. The man who knows more about football than any human being on the planet and has called more games is telling you, if you're gambling on football, it's a fool's errand, and even he couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I mean, all these little lessons that you bring us are very interesting stuff, and I mean, it really is a lot of the basic stuff. Just basically stop and think about what you're doing, get some professional advice, and make sure you don't act on your gut when it comes to your long-term finances, because that could be a real tragedy.
Yeah, again, it's process. It doesn't have to be elaborate. I've said this a million times, but most people have not sat down with their significant other or by themselves at a kitchen table with a yellow pad to say, this is what I owe, this is what I save, this is what I make. What is the likelihood I'm going to get from where I am today to where I want to be, whether that's to buy a house, whether that's to buy a car, whether that's to fund an education, or eventually get to retirement. Most people have not even done that.
Scott, we only got a few seconds here, but I think it's important when you say that. On the texting service, we get a lot of people talk about, when you talk about money and the numbers that we talk about occasionally, it makes people a little scared. But one of the things I do realize when you talk about the legal pad thing and sitting down with your loved one or even by yourself, a lot of people don't want to do that because they think in the back of their head they already know and they don't want to see it in writing. Right?
I couldn't agree more.
They don't want to see it in paper. They don't want to see it. They would rather just go, you know what? I'm aware that we're in bad shape, but if I look at it on paper, it's going to make me depressed. But what you have to do is look at it the other way. If you see it on paper, it will motivate you to change that a little bit more. That's exactly what it did for me. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, there's an old saying in business. Again, back to business. What gets measured gets fixed. Right?
Yeah.
If you don't see the data, how can you fix it? So think of yourself as a business, and this is the data that's vital to your business. Imagine a CFO who refused to look at the balance sheet every month, right? Because he knows, and we know a few catastrophic examples of that.
Sure, yeah. And by the way,
how did it work out for Enron?
Right? Yeah, not good. But the other thing too is, and you see this online a lot, and it's really the way a lot of people live their lives. And I've done this my exact way for the longest time. It's the way people buy cars. Right? When you walk into the dealership, what's the first thing you want to know? What's the maximum car I can get for this amount a month? That's the last possible way you should be thinking. It's the last way you should think about it. Don't go in there and do it that way. And you shouldn't look at any other financial aspect of your life that way, about what can I afford rather than what's the best for the scenario.
Yeah. What's going to create the best outcome? Is it good for my business to take on a car payment that puts me at the very edge of my budget, right? Is it good for Scottco? And if the answer is probably not, you probably should not. You should run your business. Scottco should be run with a car that gives you plenty of room to still save and do the things that we all know we should be doing. And listen, I was that guy in my early 20s. I was like, what's the payment?
Yeah. My daughter just did something that made me so proud of her. About a year and a half ago, she had fancy car because she thought she needed a fancy car, and she went and traded that thing in and got rid of it and bought a car with cash that just had AC and got her from A to B so that she could maximize her savings. I was absolutely just overboard proud of her.
Yeah, and again, think of the equity she'll have to push forward into the next car.
Absolutely,
right?
For sure.
Yes, no, absolutely. That's the way to go.
All right, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Not only do you get great information there, you can set up for a consultation. That way Scott and his team can talk to you about what your plans are, maybe move you forward. You may not wind up being a client, but it doesn't matter. He can get you kicked off in the right way. He also has a couple books there as well that you can download for free.
Yeah, if you go to EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, we don't have any events coming up till January. We'll let you know about that, but you can download either of the books. I Got a Guy, which is a guide to using a financial advisor. It tells you what great questions to ask a financial advisor because a lot of people don't know. And then I Never Made Anybody Rich, which still makes Jim smile every time I say it.
Every single time, buddy.
Worst book title of all times, but people seem to read it anyway. So you can get both of those at EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. And lastly, if you want a consult, which many people get, maybe it's 15 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes. I don't know. But most of the people that call in for a consult never become clients. Hopefully, we just give them one little nugget that'll send them on their way.
Absolutely. Good line for Scott Brown, guys. Have a good weekend, buddy. We'll see you.
It's cold there.
Stay warm.
We'll see you next week with some shattering irons. All right, buddy. We'll see you again. All right. 407-916-1041. Load them up. Trivia is next.
We have a prize. You have a phone. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Russell Wilson had one of the best games of his career in Pittsburgh's zany win over the Bengals. Somehow, some way, the Russ-Mike Tomlin pairing just works. Russ is the adult the Steelers offense needed for a team that's been so loose and frankly not very buttoned up. What is Pittsburgh's ceiling? Well, who knows? But their winning ways are fun to watch right now, and Tomlin and Russ are cooking. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. 'Tis the season to be jolly, but you can't be jolly if you have a ticking time bomb in your chest that you have no idea is sitting there. But that's the great thing about Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. You can know beforehand. That's called being proactive and not being reactive. And with Christmas season here and plenty to come, you definitely want to be around for your friends and family during these special times. We've heard so many testimonials about people who went in thinking they were fine, only to find out they had major blockages that led to surgery that saved their lives. So get with Life Imaging FLA and book your free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening. Early detection does save lives. Remember, no dyes. You don't take your clothes off. The entire process only takes a few minutes. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make this the year you finally take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
My mom says everyone goes through hard times. Right now, that's my family. But people like you make me smile, because this holiday, we can have a big meal together as a family. For every $10 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 40 meals and hope when we need it most. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Get up to a 30% upfront bonus to use for your retirement income, or up to 12% per year to help grow your retirement income. Whether you're in retirement or will be retiring within 10 years, Trajan Wealth can offer some of the highest guarantees in the business. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know no one wants to work forever. We all need to retire someday, and I know you've worked hard for your money, so now is the time to guarantee it. Take advantage of up to a 30% upfront bonus for your retirement income, or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't woulda, shoulda, coulda. Get up to a 30% bonus just for opening an account, or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Retire the right way, the Trajan way, with Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
If you
have chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, or shoulders, who can you turn to? How about real people with pain just like yours who discovered QC Kinetics?
Came to QC Kinetics. I had a lot of issues with my shoulders and neck. I am excited at the progress, being able to throw footballs with the grandkids.
My name is Jake. Was skeptical at first, but now after my procedures, I'm almost 100%.
Tens of thousands of patients are pain-free again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime, thanks to a groundbreaking regenerative therapy that uses your body's own healing agents to revitalize damaged tissue. For a free consultation, call 689-288-8697.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I have absolutely no pain. The whole process is just fantastic.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
Find out if you're a candidate for regenerative therapy today. For a free consultation, call 689-288-8697. 689-288-8697.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
It's so exciting.
Well, hey there, Jim Colbert Show. You guys are talking about home remedies or old school medicine. I remember when I was younger, it was like the early 80s. Excuse me. I got stung by a wasp, and my uncles, which were pot-smoking hippies, they smushed up a cigarette butt and put some tobacco on it and then poured some whiskey on it. And that was it. That's how we saw things. Anyways, all better now. Okay, love you, bye.
Stroke.
Hey, gang, it's Mike Buzzer Larson. Jimmy.
Yes.
Why can't two Chinese people have a white kid?
I don't know.
Because two Wongs don't make a white. Quackshot, give me the buzzer!
Oh, Mike. He's back. Holy hell.
He got himself a new joke book, apparently.
Yeah, he does.
All right. Welcome back on, Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
And Jack has the Jackie sack. Clear yourself, son. Let's make it.
Oh, let's do this. All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
All right, we got a couple of great prizes in the Jackie Sack today, so let's go through them.
Oh, that racist Chinese joke really got Jack.
It really did.
I love that.
He's so happy with it.
It's just, I love Larson. His pacing is great because Jim can talk back to a recorded message, and it sounds like a conversation.
I know. I love that part.
It sounded like it was really happening. All right, here we go. Let's do that again tomorrow. In the I said the prize hoop.
God damn, dude.
Prize hoop.
Seriously, man. Take a day off, buddy. Stop drinking. Do something.
No,
good
keep
God
drinking.
Almighty. That's a Monsters thing. He's covered the gambit. He referenced a show that hasn't been on the air for 6 years last night. God damn.
The prizes we have available this evening are a pair of tickets to see Brian Regan, comedian, at the Dr. Phillips Center
Brilliant,
on December 6th.
He's brilliant.
I'm going to this show this Friday night. Tickets are available at drphillipscenter.org.
That is this Friday night?
It is,
Oh,
December
right
6th.
on. All right.
The other prize, something big happening in a week. We're talking Trans-Siberian Orchestra. This is the Lost Christmas Eve tour. No, they alternate shows that they do. I saw them last year. It was fantastic. Best way to describe it, heavy metal Christmas or rock and roll Christmas.
There you go.
Plenty of pyro. All the pyro you need for your Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It's happening December 14th, okay? So that's a week from Saturday. 2 shows. There's a matinee and an evening show. Tickets are still available if you're looking to buy them. It's at the Kia Center in Orlando. You go to Ticketmaster.com, get squared away with your tickets for that, or maybe you win them right here on JCS Trivia. Jackie Sack is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. You know, they have fully trained expert moving crews that are adept in packing your things, handling your furniture, safe driving, customer service, and so much more.
All the things.
Speaking of more,
okay,
make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that bad boy's going to get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. Do it with me, Jimmy. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Quick clickety-clack, back to you.
Thanks, Deb.
Sure.
Jack, who goes first today?
That would be Josh.
Josh right there on line 3. Josh, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Would you like to play a little game with us, Josh?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it indeed, buddy.
Game show.
All right, Josh, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is a lie.
No.
I made it up.
No.
In an attempt to fool you.
Damn it.
But if you can see through it, I'll send you over to the Jackie Sack and Brian Regan and TSO tickets await. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go, buddy. On this day in 1911, Willis Carrier presents his patent for rational psychometric formulae, or as you know it, air conditioning.
Oh, wow.
Bravo,
Here are
dude.
3 fun facts about air conditioning and 1 musky, swampy lie. All right, buddy, we're talking about AC. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, in the U.S., people consume more energy running their air conditioners than all of Africa uses annually. Number 2, the first air conditioner wasn't designed for comfort. It was used to dry paper and ink at a publishing company. Number 3, Woodrow Wilson was the first president to enjoy AC in the White House. Number 4, Japan has the highest numbers of homes that have AC at 91%. The U.S. comes in second with 90%. Which one of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with number 3.
Number 3's the answer, buddy. You're a winner.
It's never 3.
Yeah. Why 3?
I don't know if it was that era for presidency.
It was not. You're right. It was Herbert Hoover. And it was in 1933. Now, let me ask you another question. This is kind of the fun part, and this is the reason I chose this and tried to fool you with number 3, but you saw right through me, or you just made a choice because you didn't know, which is what I believe.
Nah.
It cost $30,000 to put the air conditioning system in the White House in 1933. How much money do you think that is today?
$180,000.
$750,000.
Whoa.
There you go, to get the AC. And they were not happy. Post-Depression, just right afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
And he's putting in $30,000 AC companies while people are eating bread and soup for weeks at a time. Yeah, not very popular. I'm going to put you on the hold, buddy. You're a winner.
Congratulations.
How about that number, though? In the U.S., people consume more energy running their air conditioners than all of Africa uses in totality. So
That was amazing.
All the power that Africa uses as a continent in 1 year, we use just running our ACs.
I feel bad now.
Willis Carrier worked at a publishing company. And what he wanted was he wanted his paper to stop curling, because I owned a printing company, and when you have humidity in your press room, the paper doesn't react the same. It soaks up the humidity, especially in a state like this, and it makes it very difficult to work with. Also, the ink stays wet longer, so you have to take extra precautions to make sure it doesn't what they call offset. In other words, when you stack the paper on top of each other, the ink from the bottom page goes to the bottom of the top page, right? That's called offset, right? So what he did was he created this machine to keep the room cool so his paper would stay cool and it would actually dry the ink. That's why it existed, not to make you sleep better in Florida. And then lastly here, Japan has the highest number of homes that have AC. 91% of all the homes in Japan are air conditioned, and in the U.S. it's 90% of all the homes.
But we're catching up.
Yeah. A couple other things you may not know about AC before we get to the top of the hour. Air conditioning had a giant impact on the development of
the atom bomb.
Whoa. That's a good answer.
That is a good guess.
Medicine.
Medicine is the answer.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, air conditioning had a giant impact on the development of medicines and therapies from the common cold to cancer, because the tests would not react properly in rooms that were not cold, and they could not keep specimens alive, all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
So without AC, you don't have modern medicine.
I should have said that with Confidence. Medicine, Jimmy, not medicine.
What businesses installed ACs first? And it makes sense because it actually
restaurants.
It led to something. It led to something.
Oh no, hotels.
No, nice. Movie theaters. And that's what led to the summer movie explosion. It was the only place, if you didn't have AC, you could go to enjoy air conditioning, and that's what caused the movie boom of the summers.
Wow.
Yeah, because they would turn the AC on in the theaters in the summer, and people would flock to the theaters to watch a movie, but they did it also to stay cool because their homes were not AC'd.
That's interesting.
Yeah, here you go. Air conditioning's cooling capacity is measured in tons, right?
Right.
You have a 1-ton unit, a 2-ton unit. Why?
Because of the Freon?
No.
How much air it moves?
How much ice it would take to cool that room?
Really?
Because before then they would drop off giant blocks of ice, and then they would cool it through blowing air over the ice into the room you wanted to stay cool. So a 1-ton block of ice would cool a certain size room. A 2-ton block of ice would cool a different size room.
So it's kind of like horsepower.
Exactly. So when you see a 1-ton, 2-ton, 3-ton unit, those units are built to AC a certain square footage, and that's where it came from.
Wow, we're learning so much today.
I like that, right? That was my favorite one, by the way. Let's see. AC affects education, because the reason why school is out in the summer is because schools did not have air conditioning.
That's right.
And that's why schools would let out during July, August, and September, or June, July, and August, because there was no way the kids could tolerate being in school at those months.
It's interesting you bring that up, because real quickly, I know that especially out in Texas, because of climate change and the ever-heating summers, they're now considering doing just that again. Maybe like having school at night or something. Because, I mean, look at all the AC problems we've had here in Central Florida, Marion County.
And their power grid is S over there, by the way.
Right.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Lost Christmas Eve. 2 shows December 14th at the Kia Center. Tickets available now at livenation.com.
Heavy delays continue on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area, east and westbound through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Still looking at a serious crash on Orange Blossom Trail that is blocking all north and southbound lanes on the roadway at Church Street. If you come across any other traffic problems tonight, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Man, it's time to get you that new bathroom. Rebath in Mid-Florida is ready to do that for you. Their offices are easy to find. It's actually their showroom, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. You can find them easily. When you slide in, you're going to see some models set up. Now, look, man, that's not what you're buying. Those models are there just to show you their products configured into different styles of bathrooms. That way you can get a better idea of how you want to configure your own bathroom. But if you don't have any idea, don't worry about it. They have a design team that can take your ideas and their catalog of products and create a bathroom you're going to love for years. They do this all the time. And even better, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, they're going to throw in $800 in upgrades. You can use that how you will. You have multiple choices of tubs and toilets and lighting and cabinetry and tile. It's all right there. There's no way you can't find something great. They install it in 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. You are going to love this company. It's a family-owned business. And again, mention the Jim Colbert Show and get those upgrades. Hop on the website, look at those before and afters, and then book your appointment. It's rebath.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
This holiday season, send the gift of Wawa near or far with a digital gift card. It's easy. Just visit Wawa.com, pick a festive card design, and write your message. Have your Wawa gift card show up in their inbox instantly, or schedule it to arrive at the right moment. Head to Wawa.com for digital gift cards today and give the gift of Wawa. Happy gifting and happy holidays. Gotta have a Wawa.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
This hour of programming is brought to you in part by Second Harvest Food Bank. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Peppermint bar sugar cookie.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts. Gotta have a Wawa.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Complete nonsense.
Hey, it's Deputy Scott. I teach a teen driving class on the weekends, and one of the things that I spend a lot of time on is road rage. I tell the kids that you do not know to what extreme the other driver is going to go to do whatever they need to do to get wherever they need to be. And you have no idea why they're being this way. Avoid them, pull over, let them pass, let them go about their business, call 911. That's what we're here for.
That's right.
You guys stay safe.
Thank you, buddy. That's right.
Be safe, Deputy Scott.
That's right. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio 104.1. Thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate that. If you have a few minutes, get over to our Jim Colbert Live or our YouTube page and give us a like and subscribe. That helps us out quite a bit. That would be a nice Christmas gift for us here at the show. We don't expect much from you. We love it when you tune in and enjoy what we do every day. But if you could get over to our YouTube channel, give us a like and subscribe. That does help us out quite a bit. So, again, we appreciate that. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right, buddy. Angel numbers. What do you think this is, Jack? What do you think an angel number is?
The Trinity is 3, so 3 is like a holy thing. So I'd say numbers that have to do with 3. So 333, 333.
Interesting. Okay. Deb, what do you think angel numbers are?
Is it a divination tool?
You know what? The funny thing is, this is the first time I'd ever heard of this. This is why I brought this up, because I thought maybe somebody out there had heard of it before. No, not really. So what angel numbers are a set of numbers that you see repeatedly in your life.
Okay. 7, 11.
Well, it usually...
It could be dependent on the person. It's subjective to the person.
Right, yeah. Exactly subjective to the person. And this is interesting. Like, let's say that you see ones all the time. Like you get a receipt and see your receipt was $11.11.
Oh,
or,
11.11 is that's a big one.
Or you went to fill up your tank and it was $11.11.
It is.
Or you got a pack of gum or something, it was $1.11. But you see with 3 ones or 4 ones or a series of that number come up all the time. And that could be you just seeing that number. That could be your angel number. 1 could be your angel number. Now, what this says is kind of like the astrological signs. These angel numbers also have power in your life. Now, again, I don't know how much I buy this stuff, but it's still fun to talk about because I've never heard of this before. When you see ones, if your angel number is 1 or 111 or a series of ones, it's supposed to mean a signal of a new journey of self is on the horizon. All right.
Okay.
So like Jack is saying, it's subjective to each person. So
yeah, that's why I said 7, 11,
right?
Because those are my numbers.
So if you go around and you just keep seeing, you're like, damn, man, everywhere I go, if I'm in traffic, I look at somebody's license plate, it's like 111. Or, if I drive by the gas station or, whatever the case may be, I keep seeing ones. Well, by this number, that is your angel number. And it should mean to you that you have a new journey of self on the horizon.
Is that your number?
No, I actually, mine is different. I'll tell you mine in a second.
Is it 666?
Devil.
So let me explain real quick.
No.
In this angel number thing, it has 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 7s, 8, and 9. They don't allow 6s to be an angel number because of 666, which, of course, in biblical terms, is the number of the beast or the mark of the beast or the number of the devil, or it's supposed to
watch the Omen.
Represent evil of some sort, right? If you see 2s all the time, if you're out there, you're like, wow, man, this is kind of weird. I see 2s everywhere I go. Series of 2s, $20, 22 cents, whatever the case may be. Again, that's your angel number, and it's supposed to stand for a desire for unity.
Okay.
So maybe, and this is kind of up because, like, if you're going through your life and you're like, man, everywhere I look, I see these series of 2s, and it's so weird. And this happens to me all the time. And I have to tell you, I know it's from my childhood because it's 6s for me.
Oh.
It is. It's 6s for me. You got to remember, I grew up in a Pentecostal household, and that preacher would be 6 inches from my face yelling hell and brimstone every Sunday morning as a 9-year-old, as an 8-year-old. That's what I was. So the 666 thing has been burnt into my psyche since I was a child as bad news. So I think somebody said this earlier when I mentioned angel numbers, is that can also happen. You're predisposed to a number in your life that you've seen a lot, so therefore you see it more. It's like when you buy a new car, what do you see on the roads?
That type of car.
That type of car over and over and over. It's just natural because you're now paying attention.
You're noticing it.
For that particular car. So if you're out there in 3s, you see a lot of 3s, and that happens to be your angel number. What it says here is that you've been stuck lately, and you're looking for your opportunity to grow.
Okay.
So if you're out there and you're like, wow, man, this is kind of interesting. Maybe I have an angel number. And you think to yourself, well, I see 3s all the time. I pay attention to 3s. And what that says it says that you've been stuck. You don't feel like you're moving properly. You're not making the right life moves, and you're looking for new opportunities to grow.
Okay, there you go.
That should be right up your alley, Deborah, by the way. You like this stuff, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you said you see 7s and 11s?
Well, that's
7s and 1s?
Yeah.
And Jack, do you have one, by the way?
No, I mean.
Not 1s, 11.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it a lot. 7 is my favorite number, right? And I think it's probably the most common favorite number, but it's also the day I was born was the 7th.
Yeah. Also,
so I've always liked 7, so I notice it when I see it.
Also, 7's a heavenly number, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a 777. I mean, I know that it's supposed to be a heavenly number.
With heaven.
Oh, stop.
Hello.
But just like Jack, the number 3 because of the Trinity.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you see 4s in your life out there, you're like, wow, man, this is very interesting. I see 4s all the time. That's what I pay attention to, right? That means that the number 4 is associated with transformative energy.
Oh.
So if you're seeing 4s all the time, it says you've probably been going through some major life changes. And if you keep seeing a sequence of 4 pops up, it may be no coincidence that you're being guided to bigger and better things in your life. That could be shifting in your life.
All right.
Let's go to 5s here. 5 is that if you see 5s out there, 5 is a weird number, by the way. But if you see 5s out there, that means
by the shape?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird number to me. is the fives mean that there could be changes underway in your life. All why this is occurring. The number 5 making repetitive and frequent appearances on everything from ticket stub to clocks. It says it can be used, or it is that maybe there are changes coming in your life.
All right.
All right. 6, it skips because that's the sign of the devil, and that's the one I like. That's the one I see all the time. So stay away from me in traffic. 7s, here's jacks, right? This is so great.
Bring it.
Well, this is my favorite number as well.
This is so great. Well, it applies to one of you. That's for sure.
Settle down. Just read it, Colbert.
Are things seemingly moving so fast-paced that you don't even have a chance to think?
Jack?
Yeah.
Well, then, Jack, 7 is your number, buddy.
Yeah.
Because if you see 7s a lot, that means that your life is maybe not out of control, but it's reaching that point where it's going a little too fast, and you're not 100% sure you get enough brakes to bring it down.
Yeah.
How's that apply to you? I mean, you don't like move like that.
No.
That's not your world, man.
Well, a little bit.
Well, her favorite, I don't know if favorite number necessarily means this angel number.
No, my favorite angel number is like when you look up at the clock and it's 11:11.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out angel number 11:11 is a powerful indicator that you are in alignment with the divine guidance and support of your angels. It signifies that you are on the right path and that the universe is conspiring in your favor. This number serves as a reminder to trust your intuition and have faith in the journey ahead.
Wow, look at this. Now, look, 777 has another meaning as well. It says here, it's about taking time to focus on yourself and to be alone.
Oh.
And I know that you love to be alone. I know you're like your boy. You like to be alone. You know what my favorite thing is? Nothing.
Right, exactly.
Quiet is my favorite thing ever.
Oh.
All right, 888, right? 8 pops up. It says if you have
another good one, number of infinity.
Oh, that's right. That is the infinity number. You're 100% right. It says if you see 8s, if you're out there and you're like, man, everywhere I look, there's 8s.
Little E.
Right? Hey.
Oh.
That's exactly what it means. It says, what does 8 mean? It says the buzzword number for 8 is power. That's right. So if you're seeing many repeating 8s, it could be a sign to take your power back in situations where you lost it. That could be emotional, financial, or business power, or step out because it could be time to express your power.
Yogi Berra, hit with power.
That's right.
Number 8.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Was Mick 3, right? Or was Mick 8?
Mick was 7.
7, that's right. Yeah.
Babe Ruth is 3.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Who was Garrick? Garrick was 9? Or
4.
4? Okay, good.
Billy Martin 1, Derek Jeter 2.
There you go. Okay, buddy.
Joe DiMaggio 5.
It's enough.
Joe Torre 6.
It's enough. I apologize for
Elston
saying
Howard and Yogi at 8.
Angel number 9.
Craig Nettles.
99 is Aaron Judge.
That's Jerry Seinfeld's favorite number is the number 9, and that's why he ended his show after 9 seasons. And apparently the number 9 means completion.
A new cycle of life may be on its way. And that's exactly right. I don't know if you guys have seen Jerry on social lately. Jerry is getting out there.
Jerry, really?
Jerry should buy a robe and move and live to a mountain. Because, I mean, my man is spitting some knowledge out there on social lately. Like, he's become this enlightened cat. And he's kind of dropped the jokey part of him. And I'm telling you, dude, it's kind of a refreshing Seinfeld. Because I got to tell you, I think he's kind of a douchebag.
Right.
He kind of comes off as a super arrogant douchebag.
A little bit of an ego.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, a massive ego. Are you kidding?
Massive, yeah.
I mean, really almost narcissistic kind of ego. But, man, lately he has been like dropping some philosophy, man. It's been great to watch, actually.
I'll have to check that out. But, yeah, that's why because 9 is like,
Yeah, 9 is associated with completion. You're right. End of a cycle. That's exactly what it is. So out there, if you're looking for angel numbers, you can find this stuff easily online.
Oh, yeah.
And you can find even deeper meanings if you feel that you have an angel number out there that you see over and over again. Maybe it does have a little bit more meaning, and you can find it out just by Googling it. It's pretty easy. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. So I found this interesting, and we talked about this in the promo in the show with us today. Dating trends for 2025.
Oh.
Prepare yourself accordingly.
Let's go.
Oh, no.
Smart speakers can't stop you from saying stupid stuff when you're coming out of anesthesia.
When I grow up, I want to be a puppy.
But they can play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. All you got to do is ask.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this evening, east and westbound on the interstate for those traveling by the major attractions exits tonight. Still looking at a serious crash that is blocking all north and southbound lanes on Orange Blossom Trail at Church Street. Traffic is now moving well for those taking the Beach Line and the Greenway tonight. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop Black Friday deals now at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy other select major appliances. Valid through 12/4, cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items. While supplies last, selection varies.
Guys, not a big secret that the real estate market right here in Central Florida is booming more than ever. If you have a home in Central Florida, you are in good shape. It's like a little bubble in the U.S. Our property values always stay nice and high, and that's why you need a real estate company that's always one step ahead of the market, whether you're buying or selling, because that is your most valuable asset. And, of course, that is the Nickley Group. These guys sell homes on average for about 6% more than their competitors. That alone would do it for me, but when you throw in the fact that they sell them twice as fast as well, that's the closer for sure. And then the cream on that is the fact that when you buy a house with the Nickley Group, you can save up to $24,000. That, my friends, is real savings. Interest rates lower than they've been in a while. That means your buying power is thousands of dollars better than it was just a year ago. September set the record for the highest average sales price in Central Florida, so your home does have tons of value. And if you're looking to make a move, the Nickley Group is who you need to go with. On their website, you can get a guaranteed cash offer for your home. No showings, no open houses. You can close that deal in 14 days. Get your home valued. If you've ever wondered what it could sell for, if you want to make a move, find out. They do that using current market data, so it's accurate numbers. List your house on the market. It's all right there. Their buyer's guide also you can download for free while you're there. Tons of great information about the home buying and selling process. The more information you have, the better decision you make. And these guys are all about that for you. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Join Team FEMA and help your community. FEMA is looking for local hires in Gainesville, Melbourne Beach, Sarasota, and Tallahassee, with experience in planning, communications, logistics, and community engagement. These are full-time, temporary positions for up to 120 days and could be extended. To learn more and apply online, visit usajobs.gov and type FEMA and local hire in the keyword search and Florida for location.
Tools Ace Hardware is your local place for the best gifts this holiday season. Get the best pricing of the year on grill brands like Weber, Traeger, Big Green Egg, and Gosney, with free assembly and delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. Power tools and accessories from Milwaukee, DeWalt, and Craftsman. Outdoor power equipment from Steel and Ego. Plus stocking stuffers from Yeti, Stanley, and Costa Del Mar. Just visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578, 689-314-7578.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions, but preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
This holiday season, before you pull the trigger on a gaming PC, go to Lenovo.com first. Get the best prices on the Lenovo you want, like the Legion Pro 5 gaming laptop. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Jimmy, I go to theme parks a lot.
Yeah.
And it never fails. Okay. You always see these people waiting to get a parking spot on the very first row.
Yeah.
They'll wait there for hours, it seems.
I'm sorry.
Just to get a parking spot on the front row and then go into theme park and walk 55,000 steps.
That's a good point.
It's amazing.
That is a great point.
Jimmy Colbs, what's going on, baby? You guys are talking about the angel numbers. I see 147, 417, 714, any of that category in the time for the past 30 years, every day. When I don't see them, I think it's weird, but thought I'd tell you guys. That was cool. You guys are talking about it. Love the show.
Yeah,
Peace.
buddy, thank you. Appreciate that very much.
Hey, how's it? Brother Jim, I know the day is coming soon. Thought it was today, maybe tomorrow, sometime this week. Brother, Holy Lahanua. Happy birthday. That's your little everyone today. Remember that? Wish Brother Jim birthday. Aloha.
Aloha, brother.
That's tomorrow.
Aloha. Yeah, that's tomorrow. All right.
It is tomorrow.
916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
No.
Yeah, tomorrow I will be. That's funny. It's 57 tomorrow here. 57 years old tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, baby.
You'll be the oldest person on the show.
Yeah, no, I won't. That's fine. Your birthday's in June? I can never remember.
His April.
Is it April? Yeah.
April 7th.
Yours in January.
Yep.
He's in June. Who am I thinking about? Is it Ross?
Yes.
Ross is in July.
There you go.
July 21st.
They start with a J. They're
That's right.
consecutive.
It's an easy thing. Jack, J, Jim, Ross. It's all the same. It's all the same. So dating trends in 2025.
Oh. I did see something recently that said people are skipping the apps.
Yeah, well, I have to tell you, it's kind of funny. What have we said about this new generation that they like more than anything? You know, again, when we as broadcasters, we kind of not training per se, but they, you know, we get these emails from people, you know, in New York that do analytics and say, hey, look, you know, these are some of the trends that we can see, and these are some of the words that that we hear being used, and some of the analysis that we're taking, and some of the polls and that we take, and when we talk to people about what their listening habits are like. And these two words have been the same now for about 2 or 3 years. You guys know what they are, right? Genuine and authentic are the words that this new generation like more than any. And I think maybe that's a bounce back
from AI.
AI and the internet
social
in general.
Media.
Just how fake everything is on social.
Exactly.
I think the younger generation is just kind of done with it. They're done with the basically the gaslighting of the internet and social media.
At least when we were kids, we only had to deal with that once a year, and it was the Christmas letter.
It was the Christmas letter. You're right.
Sandy is doing great, and Tommy's on his way to becoming a doctor.
And those things. Funny thing is, I have people that write the letters, and we would
it's just a braggalocious fest.
The funny thing is it is, when you look at it, it is, but it is from a good place.
Oh, it's from a good place, but I'm just saying that...
They don't tell the truth in that thing, though.
No, they're not saying...
Sandy's meth addiction has really gotten bad.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's not that they lie, but they're only focusing on highlights.
Right,
just like social media.
Yeah. Exactly, right? Only the good stuff.
But instead of it being a once-a-year letter, now it's every single second of your day.
Right. Now, this information comes from Tinder. It released its... Well, it makes sense, though. Hold on, let me finish here.
Okay.
They have a new thing called the Year in Swipe. It's a new report that analyzes global data from bio surveys and users' behaviors.
So all that crap they're collecting without telling you.
And you know what they call people in the dating world now? It's funny. They use this throughout the entire article. Singletons.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they call people looking for a partner singletons. Isn't that funny? Like it's a TV show. It says, this is how daters are approaching relationships this year and what may come to be in the dating world for the world ahead. They collected this data from January to October of this year. They surveyed over 12,000 singletons aged 18 to 34 across the U.S., Canada, UK, and Australia. And they found 3 key trends that are going to dominate the landscape in 2025. And this one is kind of funny. And to be honest with you, funny enough and ironically enough, this is what I see on social media, specifically with young ladies. And I think young for me is anybody under the age of 30. Is, they're doing this. And it's called loud looking. In other words, chicks aren't being cool anymore. They're just basically going, hey, this is what I'm looking for.
Right.
They're not. There's no ambiguity anymore. They're not being subtle anymore. When they go online or when they use in any dating apparatus at all, they say looking for. Like, hey,
yes.
I like long walks in the park and on the beach and funny people, not what I like anymore. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a dude with a job. I'm looking for a dude who's got a car. I'm looking for somebody with a pretty good sense of humor that doesn't have a record. I don't want a drug-addicted, moron. But they're kind of being more forceful with what they really want in their dating life.
Well, it's so much better to do that than to assume that the person that you're going to be dating is a mind reader.
Exactly.
Because it's better to step off right off rip, knowing exactly what's on the table.
Looking loud, there was another term that you had we talked about that, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago, about women just saying exactly what they want. I want this, I want this, I want this, I don't want that. But I forget what the term was.
Yeah, I do remember that. When I saw Looking Loud and then I read it, it's like kind of the same thing. It says here, situationships, which are sticking to the stage of dating between committed to someone and staying casual, are falling out of favor now, and they're being replaced by more intentional connections where the 2 words are coming into play: trust and transparency are key. In other words, people are just sick and tired of waiting to find out.
Right.
They don't want to date you 6 months to find out that you've got something in your past they don't want to deal with. Just tell me now. Like, show me all the bugs and bruises and burns, all the cuts. Just show it to me now. I may be into it. You never know. But that's basically what they're saying. You tell me everything about yourself because you think that you're keeping that from me and it's helping you out. But in reality, I could be into that stuff.
Right.
So give it all. I mean, I'm not going to go out with you if I don't like you anyway.
Right.
So you might as well tell me all the stuff. That way I may find something in there that I relate with because I may have some of those same issues. So that's kind of one of the new things. It's inspired digital tools like this Year in Swipe thing, which allows users to what they call visualize and manifest. They're creating a thing called a vision board when it dates now. So they have this graph up there and like what I can have, what I'll tolerate, what I won't tolerate. Like, it's getting scientific.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Vision boards are good.
20% of the surveyed singles said that they're using vision boards to focus on trust, physical attraction, and shared values when it comes to finding that perfect match. Which would be weird through an app of some sort because it just seems like those matches that last just have that, hey, we just walked by each other in the supermarket and we had the same exact thing in our buggy and we thought that was funny. Just something as innocuous as that turns out to be a long-term relationship,
A lot of people are also going back to matchmakers.
Oh, really? Like people? Like, is it in the Jewish community, isn't there
Because just like Fiddler on the Roof, matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match.
Well, isn't that the one musical that Hello Dolly is kind of about that, isn't it, a little bit? Isn't she kind of a matchmaker in that?
Yeah.
So I thought there was a term in the Jewish community where there was a person that was specifically kind of did that.
Let me look it up.
And I can't remember what that is, but that's kind of what it is. All right, the second one they have here for the things that are going to be dating trends in 2025 is it's a play off the word kismet, but it's called kismet.
Oh, it's shadchan.
Shadchan?
Shadchan. It's a Hebrew word for matchmaker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, shadchan.
I don't remember.
Or shaduk.
Shaduk, that sounds more familiar.
I was going to say yenta, but I've always been taught that was more of a...
Yeah, yenta is just somebody who's kind of nosy.
Gossipy.
Yeah, gossipy.
Yeah, but that's kind of like what the yenta was. She was the woman who knew everybody in the village.
Yeah.
And she knew that, this girl would go better with this boy.
And I think Dolly, in the musical Hello Dolly, I think she's kind of more of a yenta than anything, because she's got a bit of a gossipy who knows everybody's business and stuff. Tries to get in everybody's business, Well, the term kismet means...
blessing.
It says that it is when something is meant to be, that daters are more interested than ever than building real and spontaneous connections. They're moving away from strict rules about what makes an impressive or traditional date, and instead they're embracing more unscripted moments. Instead of dinner and a movie or any of those stereotypical dates, they're saying, go to a pottery class, or maybe go on
that's fun.
On a vintage shopping trip or a hike or something instead.
Go bowling.
Something where you can really be in each other's presence and kind of have time to talk and get to know each other, rather than at a bar listening to music, sucking on a drink while you can barely hear each other,
right, exactly,
or something like that. That they're looking for that more. Women, I think, really specifically here, are just looking for more real connections rather than superficial connections that, you're cute, I'm cute. You got a job,
Tinder,
I got a job.
I mean, you swipe left, you swipe right, that whole...
Yeah.
It's like the fast food of dating, right? You're just looking for one thing.
It says this shift completely rejects the overly curated, perfect picture dates in favor of moments that feel genuine and surprising. And they're saying 40% of the singleton surveyed plan to prioritize authentic experiences with potential partners in 2025. In other words, if you just go, hey, you want to go to a dinner, movie, or something like that, that a lot of women are just going to go, no, they're tired of it. They don't want to do that anymore. They want something a little bit more out there, a little bit more challenging, maybe
substantive,
where you can learn something about the person while you're hanging out. Substantive would be a good word there as well. And then lastly here, nanoships.
Nanoship.
Anybody want to know what a nanoship is?
Micro relationships, small.
Jack, you nailed it.
Really?
Micro connections. It says small interactions are taking center stage as singles find joy in micro connections. What they call an eye contact ship.
Oh, Lord.
A lot of...
With a stranger or on a subway, a textuation ship, where they send morning greetings, and daters are reclaiming the meaning of every little spark. In other words, instead of jumping in head first, feet first, showing up with flowers and roses, you send a little text in the morning, hope you have a great day today. I'll be thinking about you all day.
I think,
or I can't wait to see you tonight because you have a date that night or something like that. Something that really kind of shows that the person is really engaged with who you are and what you offer, rather than here's some flowers because I'm a boy, you're a girl, and this is what I'm supposed to do. There you go.
I think whoever wrote this just recently saw the movie Wicked. Because
is that a lot of what this is?
They twist a lot of common words and they add things onto them, and that's what it sounds like you're doing.
Yeah, well,
it's like this made-up language.
Well, that's exactly what they're using here. Can I tell you that? That's what they use. Have you ever seen, you watch Social and hear these young people talk when they do the interviews on the streets? I can get about 40% of it.
Oh.
And the rest of it is like these portmanteaus of these words that they've created that, mean something when they're put together, but have no real meaning.
Don't you think that's generational, though?
Yeah, sure it is.
I mean, it was for us, too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We had that slang and stuff. It's here
tubular.
Yeah. Connections might not lead to walking down the aisle, but they're seen as meaningful stops on the path to finding a lasting love. In other words, if your relation starts out with these micro connections, they're saying that these micro connections will lead into a macro connection. In other words, a situation where it starts off with eye contact on the subway that leads to a text thing that leads to...
You mean drawing it out and actually making it fun? And
that's just called dating.
It's called dating. It's the mating game we've been doing for millennia where, you send text, you have to look across the room.
It's a tease, right?
It's a tease, exactly.
It says
there's a reason why it's worked.
And there's in 2025, there's an appreciation for these micro moments. It's expected to grow. A quarter of the single survey, 25%, say that they find joy in these fleeting reactions, these tiny little encounters you have where somebody does something so memorable that you're like, oh, that was cool.
Oh, by the
that
way,
person makes me feel good.
You're not just going to enjoy those moments when you're dating. Those moments remain important when you're, married.
Oh yeah, sure they do.
Those little moments. It's just like the divorce never comes because of the big argument. It came over the cat being left off the toothpaste.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's exactly what happens. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. What was that groan for?
There's one. I have a flip top on the tooth. I think I'm good on the toothpaste. I think I'm good on toothpaste.
And then I don't know how it went, but tonight at 6 o'clock, Mount Dora had their committee meeting about that stank.
Oh, that's city council going on tonight.
Is that thing? Did that come back? I thought that just kind of went away.
So remember they did that report, right? I guess tonight is the night that they kind of release or go over that final report to try to find out what the source of this stank was. Now, if you'll remember, I live out that way, and Deb lives out that way, and I'd never really experienced this before. And I didn't talk about this a couple weeks ago when it happened, and I don't know why. But I was coming off of Highway 46 on the North 441.
You're scared of big stink coming to get you?
Yeah, big stink. Big
You'd
sewer.
Understand, man.
And I remember...
You get a face full of that.
I've read all the descriptions of what it smells like, but I'd never smelt it before, right? So I remember I was driving down 46. I came off on 441. And in that particular area of 441, before it gets up into Eustis and Mount Dora, it's really well lit because that's the crossover for the 429 on-ramp, right? And the 420 and the 46. So there's a lot of light there. When I came around the corner, I noticed this weird haze in the air. And it wasn't cold, so it wasn't like a fog, although it was late at night. It was like, 12:31 in the morning. Man, I drove about another quarter mile, and that hit me in the face. And I went, oh! Oh!
It's bad when you light a cigarette to improve the air quality.
Oh, that's what they're talking about. And let me tell you, dude, that is a unique unique aroma. That's a candle you do not want. Bro, listen. It smelled like if somebody farted through a propane tank.
Oh, lovely.
Jack, I'm not joking, buddy. It smells like propane mixed with landfill, mixed with sewage. It is a really, really unique, pungent, oily aroma. It got into the cab of my truck, and it stayed there like an unwanted hitchhiker that did not have weed. He did not have the grass, nor the ass,
I was going to say,
the
or
gas.
The cash. Yeah, it's gas, ass, or grass.
It was bad, dude.
It's bad. I mean, it's woken me up in my house. That's how bad it is. It's woken me out of sleep.
It's bad. Like, imagine the worst gas from another human being you've ever smelled in your life, and imagine that encompassing a county. I mean, it was gnarly, dude.
Yeah, I can see why they'd want to get to the bottom of this.
Listen, if that happened, I will tell you straight up, if I lived in that city and it happened more than twice a year where that plume of stank settled down in my town, you would have to fight me off of the commissioner's front door every day. Like, you got to figure it out.
Someone has to know. I mean,
they think they know. They think it's the sewage treatment plant. The lift station's what they think it is, but that's not all it is.
No, and they've made improvements to that. So they've already, been fined and had to make improvements. They have these smellers that they have been putting around the city, specifically down by Wolf Branch Road, where it's supposed to be really bad.
Yeah, there's like a mushroom farm down there, and I know that, but they spent $750,000 trying to figure this out.
On these smelling machines that are collecting air samples so that they can figure out what the scent is and where it's coming from.
Can you imagine? You finally get it. You hear about this idyllic, little village out there, and called Mount Dora. It's like living in Christmas Town.
It is.
And it's just wonderful, and you get your house finally, and then this stink rolls in, and you can't escape it.
And let me tell you something.
You do it better, Jimmy. You do it.
They're building a thing out there called Wild, which is this massive Waterford Lakes kind of community thing that they're building out there off of Wolf Branch.
Hate it.
And man, I'm gonna tell you, could you imagine? It's like when they opened up the popcorn store in the Altamont Mall. Like, you walk in there and it'll be like, oh yeah, I'm in a mall. Now you walk in there like, oh God, I'm in a dollar theater.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible, and that's exactly what it's like. I would take that popcorn smell 1,000 times over even 1 second of smelling that stank at a Mount Dora, though.
Hey, if it keeps new people out, let it stank.
Listen, man, you don't want to deal with that. Hey, when it would settle in, how long would it last?
Oh, it could be days.
I drove through it, and by the time I drove through it, I actually, when I got to my house, it was, there was no smell. So I drove through a plume of it. And it really was still a couple miles away from Mount Dora, but I've
still
heard
where it floats, because like I said, it's pulled me out of sleep.
Man.
And then there's days, you can go days and you won't smell it at all.
Yeah. Somebody says they live right at 446 or 46 and 441, right across from the stank.
That stank.
But if you ask people, I'm telling you, it is a mix between like propane, methane, like that smell that's in propane gas so that you know it's out there.
I've always thought it smelled like landfill.
It does, but it stinks worse than the landfill. I've been around so many landfills. It smells worse than that.
Really? Is that where you dump the body?
But you can smell rotten garbage.
Yeah.
And you know what that smells like. But this has a more pungent farty scent to it. It's very farty. Too farty. It's way farty. All right, 407-916-1041. What you got for You Heard It Here First?
Well, we're going to talk about Trump nominee Pete Hegseth faces new scrutiny.
New? God almighty.
Yeah.
How much more room is there for more?
Don't look it up. We'll share that.
I'm not going to look it up.
In the meantime, a Floridian withdraws his nomination, and there's just some things you shouldn't prank about. We're going to talk about that next during You Heard It Here First.
You got it. All right, we'll take a little break. Come back with You Heard It Here First and get the hell out of here on a Tuesday.
Woo!
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Frosty conditions are on the docket once again for Central Florida. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer with this weather update. Temperatures plummet back into the upper 30s around Orlando through the overnight. The starry sky and the light wind, the big driver in that. Some of our northwestern neighborhoods may sneak into the upper 20s, so it'll be cold. You'll want to bundle up early Wednesday morning, but we're going to start to moderate little by little. High pressure shifts east. Plenty of sunshine on the way as temperatures climb back into the upper 60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
If a Lenovo computer's on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want, like the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 laptop and Legion Tower 7 Gen 8 gaming desktop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 56% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight, and now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Hey guys, I'm Kate Max. You might know me from my popular online series, The Running Interview Show, where I run with celebrities, athletes, entrepreneurs, and more. After those runs, the conversations keep going. That's what my podcast, Post Run High, with iHeartRadio is all about. Listen to Post Run High on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Post Run High and start listening.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO. Or visit justcallmo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
I'm grateful for online dating because I met my wife on Hinge about 2.5 years ago. We got married last year, and then over the weekend, coming back from Magic Game, I flipped a Lime scooter on a brick road downtown that had a rock in the middle of it, and she kept me alive. So had I not met her, I may not be here. And 2 stitches later and an ER visit, I'm fantastic.
Oh, yes.
So, yay for online dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, we stand corrected.
Thanks, Matt. That's an interesting application, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Again, if you haven't made it over to our YouTube channel, give us a like and subscribe. I would deeply appreciate that. That'd be a nice Christmas gift for us.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help us out quite a bit. Tell all your friends and family to do the same thing. Where are we at, by the way, on that, Jack? Do you have any idea on the count by any chance?
Yeah, we're a couple people short of monetization for you to be able to save up enough money to get me an Apple Watch.
Come on, people.
But, I mean, are we near like 7? Are we past 7?
We're at 6.5.
6.5.
6.56.
We should be able to make it to 7,000 by the end of the year and then kind of start building again. But again, if you want to slide over, that would be super awesome. Just go to YouTube, JimColbertLive.com.
We should come up with a contest.
And do that for us, pretty please. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there, and Deb has. You heard it here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Pete Hegseth, Donald Trump's nominee for defense secretary.
This guy's been taking some body blows since the announcement.
That's kind of a role reversal there, huh?
Allegedly had alarming drinking habits while working at Fox News. 10 current and former Fox employees spoke with NBC News and said Hegseth drank in ways that concerned them. 2 people said that on more than a dozen occasions, Hegseth smelled like alcohol before going on the air and would complain about hangovers regularly. One source says they smelled alcohol on him as recently as last month. The New Yorker recently detailed concerns about Hegseth's drinking at 2 jobs he had before joining Fox. Hegseth's legal team said they deny the allegations.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. This stuff I was telling you guys about those 2 vet administrators, that hit the major news today, and boy, it does not read well. Just from top to bottom, it does not read well.
His mom's email is popping up.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he do a morning show?
Yeah, I don't know.
On Fox, a weekend. I thought it was a weekend morning.
He's
show.
weekend anchor. Yeah, he's weekend anchor. Yeah, absolutely. His
if you're drinking before going on the air and you're doing a morning show,
there are other people who were those organizations, those vet organizations, that said they had to take him, like literally firemen carry him home a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, like really drunk, and then of course all the allegations of sexual assault and stuff. It just not look good for him.
Well, I mean, his first marriage to his high school sweetheart ended when he impregnated a coworker at that vet organization, and then the mother's letter came out during his acrimonious divorce when he was divorcing that woman, and it was around that time that he also impregnated a executive producer at Fox News.
Well, that works.
But that was after she'd already made him co-anchor of the Saturday Fox and Friends.
Sure, yeah.
That happened after.
Got it.
All right, meanwhile, President-elect Trump's pick to run the Drug Enforcement Administration is withdrawing his nomination. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Cronister says in a post on X today that the, quote, gravity, end quote, of the job has set in. He's decided to focus on continuing his work locally here in Florida. Trump nominated Cronister for the job just Saturday. But and Tampa's former police chief came out and said he would be great for the job. He's worked with the DEA locally. He's worked with local DEA leaders, and Cronister's like, yeah, no, that's a really big job.
Yeah, that's a be away from your family every day. You know, they live here. It's a complete life disruptor.
Yeah.
So you really have to be into that. I mean, you really do. And then, of course, with what Trump has in plan for Mexico, it's even going to be even more interesting for that particular job.
Well, and not only that, I think, kudos to Cronister for maybe seeing that he doesn't have the gravitas that's necessary to do that particular position.
Right.
He's been with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office for over 30 years.
Right.
And some people find their comfort zone, and they don't need to go further up that ladder. They're like, no, I'm good here, bro.
We hear that with college coaching a lot. Yeah. These guys get offers to go to the NFL, and they're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
I make plenty of money here. My family's happy. Everything's
Quality
fine.
of life.
Right, exactly right.
All right, a Houston company that underwent a spectacularly scandalous collapse is apparently not attempting a comeback. Guys, remember the company?
Enron?
Yes, sir. It declared bankruptcy 23 years ago Monday, putting more than 25,000 people out of work. Now, yesterday, its new owners launched a media blitz.
Wow.
With some eagle-eyed observers almost immediately raising their eyebrows. It included a full-page ad in the Houston Chronicle, billboards, a promotional video, and website offering merch and career opportunities.
Wow, that's balls. Do you know that thing went so sideways that if you could find an Enron hat or T-shirt from back in the day, those things are selling for hundreds of dollars because of the impact that thing had on that economy and those people.
Does all that money go to the pension that those people lost?
No, what's interesting is word is it that the whole thing was just an elaborate prank.
Like a scam?
Of sorts.
Oh, wow.
It was just a prank that
crazy.
Enron is coming back. And there was no such deal.
Wow, how nuts is that? That's so crazy.
But were they really selling merch?
Yeah. What was the guy's name? Ken something, right? The guy who ran Enron.
And ran it right into the ground.
Yeah, I think he went up. Did he kill himself or did he just die in prison?
I'm not going to throw out a name now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, either way, you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you, Deb. Appreciate that very much.
I know we only saved that for the JCS news, but
Jeffrey Skilling and Kenneth Lay.
That's
Kenneth
it.
Lay, right? That's right.
Yeah, because how can you forget that name?
All right, Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank Frogger's Grill and Bar for that $25 gift card that Howard earned himself today.
Ribbit.
Good job, Robert. Or Howard. Sorry. Also want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. If you missed his advice, you can check it out under the goods at JimColbertLive.com. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for not only running our YouTube chat, but for Sam letting us know when the ISS was going to be flying overhead tonight. Unfortunately, it was at 6:48 tonight, and we were still here in the studio.
Thanks, Sam.
But if you ever get the chance to check that out, though, guys, it's worth checking out. Seeing the ISS fly overhead.
Very nice. All right, Jack, question of the day?
Yes. Do you like the idea of having a prize offered for people who subscribe to our YouTube channel? It came back at 100%.
I love that idea.
That's a great. We got to do something for the end of the year to kind of juice that up. We should get a prize for that.
Maybe what you should do?
Maybe I'll. I tell you what I'll do.
You need to call Ace.
You know what? I could do that, or I could take the money I was going to spend on you guys for Christmas.
Nope. Back up.
You need to call Tools Ace Hardware and take advantage of that account that they've been having for you all year and get an egg. Get an egg, Jimmy.
I got Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets, baby, and an Apple Watch is going to me.
All right, coming up tomorrow, we have Scott Maxwell. We have Animal House. Who's in?
We have Bree Burkett from the Seminole County Emergency Management Services, or actually Seminole County Animal Services, coming in to talk about their event Paws and Claws.
Very nice. Of course, we'll talk to our buddy Ross Padgett as well. And we'll have more TSO tickets. We'll have more Brian Regan tickets. We'll have more fun stuff to talk about.
And
more
laughter.
More reaction from you guys. So we'll see all that tomorrow for sure. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters of the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
And keep staying warm. Bye.
I do ginger brandy.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.